rolling through the bluff, trolling through the blockchain, slaying heavy clout. Spitting on the mic, what's the latest, what's about? Politicians tripping headlines, flipping out in the heart of the South, where the whispers turn to shouts. Meetings in the shadows, hustlers making plans, deals going down, gripping tight, shaking hands. City buzzing loud, news dap in demand. Dirty South vibe, deep roots, dirty land. Drop by, chopping up, news flying in the wind. Talk about the biz, who's winning, who will spin. Crime on the rise, truth or a tale to sin. Dirty South, live a thick skin, thick skin. Rappers on the come up, topics in their rhymes. Truth spilling raw, cutting through the grime. Events popping off, party scenes in their prime. Southern nights wild, about to lose track of time. Headlines breaking, cities heartbeat racing. Discussions, heavy heads nodding syncopation. From the bodega gossip to the mayor's dictation. Southside stories, raw truth, no hesitation. Drop by, chopping up, news flying in the wind. Talk about the biz, who's winning, who will spin. Crime on the rise, truth or a tale to sin. Dirty South, live a thick skin, thick skin. Drop by, chopping up, news flying in the wind. Talk about the biz, who's winning, who will spin. Crime on the rise, truth or a tale to sin. Dirty South, live a thick skin, thick skin. Drop by, chopping up, news flying in the wind. Talk about the biz, who's winning, who will spin. Crime on the rise, truth or a tale to sin. Dirty South, live a thick skin, thick skin. Dirty South, living thick skin, thick skin. Dirty South, living thick skin, thick skin. Rappers on the come up, topics in their rhymes. Truth spilling raw, cutting through the grime. Events popping off, party scenes in their prime. Southern nights wild, about to lose track of time. Headlines breaking, cities heartbeat racing. Discussions, heavy heads nodding syncopation. From the bodega gossip to the mayor's dictation. Southside stories, raw truth, no hesitation. Drop by, chopping up, news flying in the wind. Talk about the biz, who's winning, who will spin. Crime on the rise, truth or a tale to sin. Dirty South, live a thick skin, thick skin. Drop by, chopping up, news flying in the wind. Talk about the biz, who's winning, who will spin. Crime on the rise, truth or a tale to sin. Dirty South, living thick.
All right. What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome everybody to the Drop By Discussions with your boy OGDoDirty and
your boy Resla over here. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're having a good night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How's everything been with you, man?
Man, had a nice show over there with Uncle Tom and them. They should be shooting everybody over here in a little bit, but for those who in here, we appreciate y'all that's showing up. My night's been pretty good, man. She been getting W's.
Is that what it is? You're getting the W's?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Of course, they want to do train work right when I start my stream. Right when we do this, they want to do train work.
It's all cool. It's all cool. I'm dropping a link so we can pin it to both pages for you guys that want to come up and join the discussion. Go to my page and make sure it's pinned.
All right, it's gonna be pinned and on my side as well. I mean, we have to do a little bit of outreach. Make sure people would actually know that we live.
That's what's up. That's what's up. While we get everything together, people. Blood Sport Debate. Appreciate you, brother, for being in here. Oz TV. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? We already got two guests in the back. I'm gonna go ahead and bring them on up. And for everybody else who want to come up, just make sure you hit the link and come on up. We got B Baller, first one in the back. Then we got Mayo Monkey. How you guys doing, man?
Pretty good. What's up, Jim? What's up, guys?
Yeah.
How are we?
Another night, dog. Another night, ready to get on these discussions. See where we head. That's the thing. Because you never know where we're gonna end up. Never know where we're gonna end up. We'll start off one way and end up another way. That's just how it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much that is the way it runs.
Got another guest coming to the panel. 10th man. How you doing, my good sir?
What's up?
Lefty in the building. So with a lefty.
Give me a moment.
Oh, you good, bro? Go do your thing, man. We ain't in no rush.
So people know that we here, we live.
Yeah, man. Everybody who's coming in, wipe your feet off. Tell everybody what's up. You know how you do when you greet. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into the show, don't be afraid. You can acknowledge yourself. You can come out the clouds and say how you doing, everybody. It ain't that bad. We ain't gonna hurt nobody over here. We got a pretty good chat over here, man. They're pretty steady. Shit. Unless you see Simon or somebody pop up, then you know you gotta.
I was just about to say, man.
Yeah.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, that boy Simon was on one. You hear me?
Wow.
Him, some dude. I ain't seen him in a minute either. I don't know where he been hiding at.
Facts.
He must have found him a new home or something, because he don't come fuck with me no more. He don't even come see do dirty. Like, damn,
he
bro.
must be living in his Porsche.
It's exactly. You hear me?
Oh, is that what it is?
Drinking that
on his farm in Virginia.
Drinking that good water. That's all there. You don't want to come up here and share none of that good knowledge with us. It's okay. It's okay. We ain't even gonna talk about rap today. See there?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, but when we need
we should talk about rap or hip hop if some dude ain't here. Since he's, you know what I'm saying?
He's our local historian.
Yes, sir.
Let me fire this blunt up so I can get my mind right.
Yeah, I just cracked open this damn Red Bull.
Every time I drink a Red Bull, I pass out. I crash.
I already been trolling for hours. You guys are lazy.
Nah, I'm recently up, and I'm out of coffee right now. I'm like, fuck. I knew I forgot something when I went out.
I mostly just drink instant coffee now, and I buy the cans from Costco, and they're like $10 for the big old can of it. And it lasts like 2-3 weeks or something. It's just way easier. I've got coffee makers. It's just a pain.
No, I bougie. I like my fresh grounded coffee.
I did for many years too, and now I just don't care. I'm old, and I just need I just want the caffeine. I'll chew on a stick if it wakes me up.
So we were OG and I started having a little bit of a quick discussion before we started the show today. Where he asked me something that was he asked me something and I didn't know how to answer it, but it made me really think about it, right? As the wheels started turning, I was like, maybe I should try to talk about this. So correct me if I'm wrong, OG, just try to throw it in there, because you were asking something like, basically is like, how do we basically do things to try to basically have, I guess, everybody in the world on a different track, but then we also switch into like this idea of people and having too much protection, right?
Yes. And
it got me thinking, like I was like, okay, this is something we can try to spin. And I guess the thing that came to my mind, the ultimate question that came to my mind, even when I was thinking about it, was, is there such a thing as too much self-protection? And if so, where's the line? It made me think, is there such a thing as too much self-protection, or are we still under basically this idea? Are we still under this underprepared idea of the world today? And let's just be clear. I'm not talking about politics. I'm not talking about military stuff, because most people we run across in the world can tell you that they didn't serve. But everybody can pretty much run into a moment in their life where they felt unsafe. So when I think about all the stories in the West and everything, when I think about the knife attacks that happen, when I hear about all the kidnappings that happen everywhere in the world, when I hear about the essays attacks, when I hear about gun violence that's happening, doesn't matter whether you're on the left or the right. To me, it's like, it's no wonder that people are going through an extreme length in order to protect themselves. But here's the thing. How much is too much? We're living in a place, like the US, we're living in a place where pretty much literally almost anyone can get their hands on a gun, depending on where you're at. Maybe a little tougher in some areas, but there are illegal guns everywhere. So when someone starts buying, say, 200 guns for, and I'm doing air quotes, self-defense, what's really going on? Are they trying to be ready for, quote, war that's probably never coming? Or are they just collecting it for the hell of it? it's like, it's like someone who has a closet full of shoes that they're never gonna wear. It's like you only got a pair of feet. You can only wear a pair at a time. What's up with all of it?
Tell that to my husband.
And then I think he can only wear a pair at a time. Period. He only got
my husband has at least 50 pairs of shoes.
Yeah, that's cool. He can only wear a pair at a time. That's
I
it.
know,
but I think about this idea of like self-protection. Because self-protection doesn't seem like something that you can fully control. Sure, you can manage it, but you can't predict when or where the danger will really strike. So
No, but you can.
where do we draw the line? Like, where do we draw the line between being prepared or just being paranoid?
You can predict probabilities of being in danger.
Doesn't mean that you will actually be in danger. And the thing about it is that a lot of people fall on lines of probability more than actuality.
Yes. But you said it, something we can control. We can literally control nothing.
Right.
So that's the base. So what people are trying to do is gain control in situations. Gain more control than they already have.
Right.
And as far as weapons, like I didn't buy a World War II M1 Garand for self-protection. I bought it because it's a piece of art.
Right. No, I even get to the point. I get the idea of people who are like enthusiasts. I get that. But there are people out there who literally are like, I'm not just an enthusiast. All my guns is armed and I keep them secured in all kind of places. I'm like, okay, well, you got a whole crew and everything down with you? No, it's just me. Or are you fighting off dear henchmen? What's going on here?
Well, honestly, somebody like that, if they had a crew or didn't have a crew, they wouldn't actually tell you anyway.
I think you should be able to have gun turrets on your property.
I mean, I think a lot of people like really don't understand how quickly gunfights end.
I want to have gun turrets on all the corners of my house.
But that's also the reason to have more. And to have guns that can't be traced back to you. It's the reason to buy guns off the legal framework.
Well, when that incident is finally over, let's just say the person who has a whole bunch of guns is not the victor in that one. All those untraceable weapons also go back into the market where we say people are out here getting killed every day. Untraceable.
Yeah, but you think guns are the only thing that kills people, though?
I never said that.
No,
but we talk about knife incident. People are getting stabbed up and hacked up and everything all the time.
Yes, and especially in England, we're seeing what happens.
Yeah, that's why I specifically said it, because I know it's batshit over there.
Yeah. See, the problem is
appreciation.
People in America, too many people in America were denied their right to self-defense for too long. This whole movement towards concealed carry is literally only 15 years old in most states. Texas was one of the last to do open carry. It was by default that you could carry a rifle openly, and that was only because of hunting.
I would feel more comfortable if everybody had guns.
Oh, okay, but we're also saying this quote as Americans. There's a large portion of the globe that does not have weapons for everybody.
That's the problem, yeah.
No. Yeah. Is that the problem? Because we're only speaking in an area where we're so comfortable because this is something we can all get access to. A lot of people across the globe are also comfortable because why? No one's really having access to them.
Just the deterrence of being in a place where they know you may have a gun lowers your rate drastically of getting a home invasion or something like that.
I hate to say that I was having a conversation with someone who said that same thing for people who both have knives.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting a guy with a gun with a knife when he breaks into my house. But if I got a gun, I can. And that's just a fact.
Yeah, you're right about that, but it's nothing. So where I was coming from, it was I was looking at the different people who prep themselves or put themselves in a position like Mayo was saying, and as Reza was stating, to prepare. You know what I'm saying? They got guns everywhere and stuff, right? But not even those people. You're talking about somebody, bro, who has everything for every situation. You know what I'm saying? I know people that walk around with several knives on them, several wires, several. When I mean wires, I mean thin, strong ass wire, nigga. They can, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a weapon. You know what I mean? They carry certain stuff on them, 3-4 guns, you know, a little small, a pea shoot or something. They can get real close. So this case, if you take the other 2 guns or something happen, they can't get to the other 2. They out of them other 2, they got something small they can pull out and, you know what I'm saying? They even got the credit card phone or the credit card guns now. So it's all type of stuff that people get for up close combat and stuff like that to protect them. Yeah. So when he was like overprotective, I'm thinking of somebody, bro, who just got who basically got everything in the arsenal of basically, if you looked at how Neo did on the Matrix when he wanted to go get Morpheus, right? Or you look at any other movie that come out. I just want to use the movie reference, but look at any movie when a scene get ready to go down, when they gonna do something big, what they do, they stock up on artillery. They go get ninja stars, they get knives they could throw from all different type of areas. They get, you know, you get the Batman gauntlet, basically. You know what I'm saying? And you go out there and you do damage. So that's my understanding of somebody having accumulating a lot of weapons, because like Mayo said, some people get guns because it's an art. Some of those are there just to be art. You know what I'm saying? Some of those are there for useful, but how many of those are you using? So if you have a handgun that you go practice with, you use on a daily basis, that'll be one that you carry on your hip, the one on your side. But you have 200 more different kinds sitting in a locked up safe, and you got 2 or 3 of them inside of a box that's pristine and ain't been touched. You know what I mean? Because it's valuable.
Yeah, but just in case there's zombies, you never know. With the stuff we've seen over the past 5 years, you never know.
Okay, you say so.
Yeah, so my
See,
take
I
on that is
I understand there's bad people, right? But, and listen, I don't even like JD Vance, but when he had that interview with that lady and he started laughing and said, "Oh, so it's just a few parts of America that were taken over by gangs." Okay, seems like a low bar, right? Like I want my grandmother to have a gun. Yeah, she's crazy, but only if she's really scared. Is she gonna try to do something, right? I want her to have that.
Well, I look at all that stuff as insurance.
right.
All the
So
extra food, the extra
we
ammo. I just look at it as a form of insurance.
so we're hearing like two different things. Like there's 2 valid reasons for why people do that, right? So you got Mayo, who, like he said, is for insurance, and 10th Man believes that people should have protection. And like he said, let his grandmother have one, let his mother have one. But notice how he's only saying one, which while he likes weapons, like while he thinks that having protection is a good thing, you notice that he's not going excessive. Now, I think that there's a third set of people that choose to collect them, and I think that's what OG is going to, is people that collect these arsenals, and them not art collectors. And I think the reason that they do it is because they can, because America affords them that, and then they want to take advantage of that as much as possible. You ever been told that remember when you were a kid and you couldn't, you couldn't go and eat like cupcakes? Mom wouldn't let you do that. And then you got older and you got your own money and you got your own job and you lived on your own, and you knew you can get it whenever you wanted to. So what did you do? You go out there and when you went shopping, you got everything you wanted. I think there's that group of people now that are out there as well.
Well, and you look at the gun regulation history in America, right? In 1986, Ronald Reagan made it illegal to buy new machine guns from manufacturers. The only machine guns you could buy, or that even you can buy now, are ones that were in civilian hands past that certain date in May of 1986. You cannot buy a machine gun made since then or in the future. Now, that put the price of those machine guns from $465 beforehand for a Bushmaster AR-15 to $40,000 to $45,000 now. So that's a massive investment. Look at the price of pre-ban guns before Clinton's ban. There was a company out of South Korea, Daewoo. They make weapons for the Korean military. I was at a gun show in North Carolina right before the ban, and they were selling these things. It was if you bought one model, you got the other model for free. So it was two guns for $450. Those guns now go for over $2,000 a piece. So people buy in bulk like that when bans are proposed, because they will be more valuable in the future.
Just like you're saying, they buy it as an investment.
Yes,
I've seen almost as many car attacks in the past 18 months as mass shootings or anything like that.
Oh yeah, especially in Europe.
So then you gotta say, oh, look at that Jay Leno. He's got 700 cars. He's crazy. He could use those to run people over, right? It's the same. It's the exact same argument.
By the way, guys,
and you can only drive one. You know, you can only drive one.
I got you.
At a time.
So why is Jay Leno? And I don't mean to get off the whole weapons thing, the whole gun thing, but why is he collecting all these cars? I don't think he does it because of value. I think he does it because he can just own cars and he likes cars.
Yeah, and the same thing with guns. But people have a problem when people do it with guns and not other things.
Right.
You know, there's a nefarious. It's nefarious in some people's eyes on why someone would do that.
Well, that's the whole thing. I don't think it's necessarily nefarious if somebody want to choose to have a lot of weapons. Brought up at that point, I think the question in general is just like, is there such thing as too much, self-defense as far as weapons is concerned? And here in America, I mean, we're supposed to have the right to bear arms, so we have to definitely take that in consideration. But I believe it was D.B.D. If somebody is walking around, casually with 6 weapons, I think that's a bit excessive, and he might be a weirdo. You know what I mean? But in your home, if you want to have 100 guns, like, I don't see an issue with that. Even with all the concerns, all the things, the possible things that could happen. I don't mind, you know what I mean? If somebody want to have 100 guns in their home, 2 guns on them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we only really have an issue if somebody becomes violent with it. But if you just want to pack it to protect yourself, like, I don't see what business is it of mine. I'm not offended. Doesn't make me feel any type of way. Like, people have a right to defend themselves in any way they see fit. So,
my contention, I don't have any contention in this. Like, I feel free, like, all the weapons you could. Like, if I could, I would get some weapons myself. But when I think of, when we even talk about the purpose, right? When they talk about, like, in case of a militia, and I'll even go on DoDirty's point and saying, like, there's a difference when we're talking about the preparing in case we need to have an armed militia versus trying to be an army of one. That's what he's talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about an army of one, bro. Like, nigga coming out there, he got ninja stars. He got every kunai you could think of. He got a bow knife. He got a chef knife. He got a scale knife. He got a deboning knife. He got shit he don't even supposed to have. He just got it because it's a weapon. He got motherfucking nunchucks. He got a motherfucking sword. He got everything, nigga. 3-4 guns, nigga. Like the nigga got everything in his blade jacket. Like nigga, he coming down the street walking crazy and shit, looking date. Is that overprotective? Plus the nigga take judo. Plus the nigga know karate. The nigga know Naruto and all the rest of this shit. The nigga know every goddamn thing. So nigga, is this nigga overprotective? Like, I mean,
no, that dude is dangerous. That dude is dangerous because he's clearly
that sounds like
walking out.
I disagree.
That sounds like
I said I
I
disagree.
answered that question. I said I believe that. I thought it was a bit excessive. But if he hasn't hurt anybody, then what does it matter?
Yeah, you just think it weirdo.
I think he's looking to hurt people, man. I think he's looking, and I think the slightest thing is going to get him
disagree.
to do something.
Thank you for saying that, B-Baller, because that's the stigma, that you're looking to hurt people. That's the stigma.
Right. If you have a weapon on you, if you have a gun on you, that's one thing, or a knife. But if you have brass knuckles and you got a credit card that slashes, and you got this in your, and you got a gun, and you got a freaking blade, and you looking to do something, you don't need all of that. There's like, you don't need something for every situation just in case a situation happens. Like you know what I'm saying? If you're walking around with that much,
you don't carry a lockpick set on you because you might get locked somewhere,
right?
I mean, you
ever watch every season of MacGyver just in case?
Of course, I watch MacGyver. That's why I always have bubble gum and toothpick
and a paper clip.
And a paper clip.
Boy, that paper clip make a bomb. God damn it!
No, but it's definitely excessive. It's definitely excessive. Is there a such thing as being excessive when it comes to self-defense? Absolutely. But then it's just like, okay, are we going to limit? I wouldn't think that it would be a bad thing to limit the amount of weapons one person can carry just in public, just out there. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily be against that. But, and then the point that Resla made about just having like a militia, I feel like people should be able to have like multiple weapons. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I would think it's weird if I seen somebody walking around with 10 weapons. You know what I mean? Like I would be looking at that person strange. You know what I'm saying? I would.
You're not gonna question your boy when one time he just come through with the car. He's like, "Yo, dude, do me a favor, man. Just help him with this Pelican case." Like, damn, what's in this? Oh, these are all my guns.
I mean, I had that happen. Like my neighbor, my neighbor, like I'm sitting on my porch, like we drinking on my porch, and we kind of lit, and he was like, and this is a fairly new neighbor. You know what I'm saying? We had just started kicking it, right? And like, this is probably like maybe like the third week, you know what I mean? We didn't kick it. And he was just like, you want to see my guns? So I'm like, sure. And literally his house is across the street. And this is about like 11:30 at night. And he bought a whole duffel bag full of guns to my porch. And I'm talking about like 9 guns, Mac 11s, rifles, handguns, shotguns, tactical guns, all kind of stuff.
Right. So here's why I say what I say. If I were to look at two people approaching me, and one guy had on a trench coat, the Neo trench coat, and he had on, he had, 2 Glocks under there and a sawed off. If he had and knives and nunchucks and I saw another guy on the other side coming at me with and he had a concealed weapon. It would probably make sense to me that the guy with the concealed weapon would only use that as a last resort to protect himself. Whereas the other guy who's thinking of 18 different scenarios, something small is going to trigger that guy to do something that he probably should not do.
I'm going to send the OG a picture. I'd like to bring it up.
Right? Because if you're that prepared, then that means
you're
looking for something.
I was trying to find that video of that dude that they showed when he opened up that trench coat and he had all the weapons. That nigga had brass knuckles. That nigga had damn near everything you can think of, nigga. I was like, bro, this nigga is assassin. It's basically or mission man. He on some Mission Impossible type shit because he had every gadget you could think of. And I'm thinking myself,
that actually sounds like cosplay.
No,
if
you're walking around with a blade jack,
Nah, when they were first, remember when when we first started getting a whole bunch of the mass shootings, like the Batman movie, like the whole weird,
Yep.
they were all trench coat. They were all trench coat mafia.
Columbine. Yep.
Yeah, they were all rocking trench coats.
So when I consider this,
Yeah, but there's a difference between a trench coat and a blade coat with weapons all stuffed through them. You know what I mean?
Not if you customize it.
They're leather trench coats. You could just say the person's goth. I've seen tall, lanky ass in the summertime dudes wearing a damn goth, wearing a freaking leather trench coat, and I'm like, God damn, that's crazy.
Looking like the Crow and shit.
The
Yep.
Crow.
And that's why I say it's cosplay.
It can't rain all the time.
well, when I look at a guy who's got all of that, I realize that that's not the king. See, the king is not the king because he carries all of that. The king might sleep with a sword, but he's not going to sleep at all if he's carrying all of those items on him.
Or a big wrench.
Like, so this conversation, I consider like the old days when it wasn't pew-pews. It was swords and bows and arrows and things like that. There was the tower, and you always had an archer up there. And the archer would also maybe report, or there would be a guy up there with him who would report so that he could always be on the lookout. And really, with that, there's two things. That's the primary defense. One is, yes, you want that first heavy defense, but also you want to be able to have a accurate report, and that's why I mentioned in the chat that the camera is the best primary defense that we can possibly have, and there's never enough cameras, and so
But cameras aren't a defense.
No, cameras are defense. Cameras are exactly what you hire the security companies for, so that they can alert you and anybody else to come to your domicile in the case of something happening.
That's
so you're
after
alerted.
something happened.
Right. No, you're right. Absolutely. So the alert, right? The alert goes off, but you don't know it if an alert never goes off. So, for instance, somebody sneaks into your home with pew-pews. You've got a pew-pew too, but you didn't have a camera system set up, no motion sensors, nothing like that. So there's no alarms going off. And before you know it, you're taken. And so is your family and your dog. And game over. So, it is very important, I do believe, to be 2A, but then 1A is first. That's why it's 1A. That's why press comes first before your right to defense. Yeah, I've looked at this kind of situation like heavy. And you know what? It is very important to, in my opinion, have as many means of defense as possible. But first and foremost comes your accurate report. And you can't get more accurate than a camera. And then, of course, it'd be helpful to have the motion sensors and alarms and things like that. Consider like a, zombie apocalypse. You look at the zombies coming in, and then if you didn't have any kind of alarm system, you don't know it until you're overrun. So, yeah. That's what I remember.
I can't remember what show it was, but it was a show where basically, I guess, like we were at it wasn't like end time, but it was like civilization had fell apart. Everybody had to be to themselves to the point where everybody started building their own faction. It was kind of like colonies back all the way to a point. And they were so much fighting back and forth to the point where even their guns ran out. They ran out of bullets. They had to go back to the old days.
Yep, I could see that. Yeah, and then, because the gunpowder, I mean, if you don't know how to make it, then that's definitely going to run out. And then
Well,
your
you buy in
guns will
max.
jam, and other things can happen. Russ,
But you can
things.
mitigate against those things.
Yeah,
But like
and
what Brick was saying about the zombie apocalypse, I don't keep like a large monkey wrench under my bed to fight police if they raid my house under a SWAT or something like that. That's going to be stupid, right? It's because when I hear, okay, you know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. So definitely keep that. Definitely.
Yeah, I
But
got it,
Just
Mayo.
walking
Bring that
around.
picture up, sir.
It won't let you drop it in the back.
No, because it's a picture. I can bring it up and I can share it, I guess.
Yeah, just make sure you take the what you call it off of it, have it sitting out, and we'll just bring it up.
All right.
Because I have to do it with my phone.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, that's how you do it right there, though.
Yep. All right. We're talking about excess, right?
Right.
Those are AR-15 magazines, 30 rounders.
God, what?
it's never enough.
Yeah,
Just in case.
Yeah, you can use more. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. I sold most of them during the Obama ban.
Yeah.
And while the Clinton's ban was still in effect. Because magazines I got for $4, I was selling for $30 to $40 a piece.
You know what kind of vibes I get with this though? Las Vegas.
Oh,
shooter,
I've got
remember?
more than this. I mean, is that excessive?
No.
No, not at all.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think that is.
No, because one good day at a range, you're going to use a couple hundred rounds.
Sure. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is.
For people that go to the range, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Anybody I grew up around guns, even though I'm Canadian. They put a lot of bans in since I was a kid because I'm old, right? But we all I had my uncle and my grandfather combined had at least 30, 40 guns, and they had, probably 5,000 or 6,000 rounds. I don't see a problem with that.
Me. Let's see if I can pull this up too. And this is old, so it's no longer accurate.
And I had a rough childhood.
It's not less. It's just not accurate.
Never one time when I was a kid. Like I got out of school in the mid 90s, right? Never one time did it ever occur to me I should go and, even though I had I'm a gay guy, right? I didn't have an easy life in the 80s and 90s. Right. And I never ever one time thought, I should go grab one of those guns.
Show the rest of them.
Never one time. Wouldn't even cross my mind. And then that thing happened with the trenchcoat mafia. And then things kind of just seemed to change. I don't know. It's weird.
You want me to bring it up now? Are you good, man?
Yeah. Can you see it in the back?
Yeah, I can see it. It's
This is my old ammo spreadsheet for tracking. Is that excessive?
No. Like I say, most like I said, I don't have no problem with people having a lot of guns. I was talking about something way different. Like you talking about people who collect them, people who do stuff. That's fine with me because I mean, like they there for show. You know what I'm saying? You're not using them. It's understandable. I'm talking about you out there, like B Baller said. You know what I'm saying? Suited and booted down, about to take on the world. You know what I'm saying? Universal soldier style. You know what I'm saying? You got everything. You equipped. Compared to somebody who's out there, they might just have a knife on them and a gun. Are you overprotected? You know what I'm saying? And then to that case, people is going to look at it like, no, because that person has trained themselves or put themselves in a position to learn the defense, like Brick was saying, you know what I'm saying, to when somebody come at them in any type of situation, they got something for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but when does it come excessive?
I pull that picture up, OG. What if you saw this running down the road?
Give me a second. Shit. What's gonna fuck up most cars? So, I mean, you can't really do nothing about it. You want to run, get somewhere and shit.
Yeah, would you be scared?
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
Because that was mine.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Tagged and titled for the street. The coolest vehicle, military vehicle you can own that'll fit in your garage.
That's what I'm saying. Is that
But
rockets
you
on the
combine
back?
all that together, OG, and you lay it out in my driveway after an ATF raid, and I'm a fucking crazy man in the eyes of society.
Yeah. What's you give you city and highway?
About 7. So
Yeah. So is that it's them rockets?
up front, no, that's smoke grenade launchers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
No, the top's made for a 308 machine gun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a place in Oklahoma that sells these if you're ever interested, OG.
Oh no, I'm good, bro. I'm gonna stick to the ghetto shit, big rims, nigga, with bang in the back. I'm good. I ain't trying to take no vehicle.
He's got some big rims though. He got big rims.
No, he got big tires, not big rims. A big rim on that would be shit. Something they I haven't even seen them made yet. Mayo, how tall is that tire? About 5 feet?
No, it's only about probably 4 feet.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, what about?
It's about 800 pounds though, each tire, because they
what I
got
was
run
thinking.
flat donuts in them.
Yeah, if I was thinking. So if you try to put some
rims,
some low profile rims on that motherfucker, you're gonna be sitting probably at some 50s,
50
probably
and
about some
55.
not cause 72 inches. Yeah, you'll be sitting in like some 70s, and then you got to think about at least 3 inches on tire, and that's it. Yeah, that's a big rim. Big tires having that girth on the tire. Like even when people was down here in Oklahoma, when they go mud and stuff, they don't do big rims, they do big tires. It's easier for you to put the old school John Deere front tires on you know what I'm saying, on a mud hog and get through the mud because it's gonna eat compared to you having some bullshit ass regular I forgot what they call them high flow tires. The motherfuckers that's every bit like 2 feet tall, 3 feet. Them motherfuckers ain't really shit, but they ain't wide or nothing like that. They don't got the bullshit tread on them. The ones that Mayo got, he gonna get through some shit. It's different.
Looking for a picture of my gun safe.
Hey, mama.
I'm not scared of a gun unless I hear it go off. Not really.
No, but there's a lot of people in America who've been brainwashed into thinking that guns are just evil, and the people that have them are just evil.
Steven Crowder showed it many times, the map where it shows 80+% of mass shootings happen in gun-free zones, and that's it. That's the end of the discussion. It's like here's a place where you can do it.
Yeah, they choose their targets because there's going to be no one there that's able to protect themselves.
One time I was at the doctor and I left, and about 15 minutes after I left the doctor, it was in the news. A guy smashed a display case out, grabbed a giant 5-foot-long broadsword out of a display, smashed the case, and started waving it around, trying to attack people with it. Everybody ran, but I still have flashbacks about it. What would have happened because it was right? I walked by there 15 minutes before. If I'd have been a little bit longer, that had happened. I'm a little crazy, right? I see it as an opportunity.
No, and that's why that thing in that the response in at the Texas school shooting where they didn't go in just makes
Where
no
the guy
sense
ran
whatsoever.
away? Or are you talking
No,
about the one where
no,
they
when the cops were out in the
73
hallway
minutes, 77 minutes?
Yeah, for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, that was one of my last shows. I used to do shows regularly, even when I had a lot of stuff happen. I wasn't doing them as much, but I still was doing shows fairly regularly. And then that happened, and then a lot of people turned on me because I said that, I don't know, the only thing that makes sense in this is that they how would I say it?
You know, that was an interesting situation for a lot of different reasons because
Sometimes
some
there
people were
might be
like, it should have ran in there. And at the same time, there were people who were like, yeah, I can see a guy, I can see a cop at that point pretty much saying, yeah, I'm not going to throw it in my life. I don't know. I
300
kind of
something
looked at both
cops.
sides for it.
There was hundreds of police there. Hundreds. Like 300 or
Sure.
400.
Sure, but you're
And
it's
they
not a
but
video
they
game.
had
You're
shields.
not gonna
Yeah,
revive.
they have shields and everything.
They had every available mitigation device. It
So
just
then
makes no sense.
if they can't do that, then we don't need them. We don't need everybody to get pulled over for having too much tint or whatever. If that's all they're for, then we don't need them. I said they were using them for spare parts. It was all planned. People kind of turned on me.
Oh no, my personal thought on it was that kid was somehow connected with the cartels that were paying that sheriff.
Let me ask a question because it's a weird question that just popped up, but it made me. I said, you know, maybe I should just say it out loud. Can someone really feel safe when they're constantly preparing for the worst?
Yeah, but a better question is, should you ever feel safe?
Yeah, that was where my mind was going. I never do.
Eternal vigilance.
Even when you prepare non-ends for the worst, you still never feel safe.
The worst is inevitable. So really, I'm just preparing for
the worst. You have no the worst you have no wait. The worst you have no control over though.
Well, no, but also the worst is inevitable. But there are plenty of people that went through their lives never seeing what other people consider to be the worst.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
What if we make statements like that? Like there are plenty of people who have died peacefully, never having to worry about that kind of shit.
Right, because that's kind of a movable point. You're right. For me, the worst is, but would I ever feel completely safe in a world where I know that safety just doesn't exist? No.
No, I agree that safety doesn't exist. It was just that whole preparing for the worst. The worst is inevitable. I'm like, no, there's plenty of people that never get to that point.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
The extreme is the extreme does not exist on either side. So yeah, no, there's definitely always room for more preparedness. You know, is canning goods worth it? Absolutely. You know.
All right, give me 1 second, y'all.
Sometimes in life, the odds are against you. But if you give it your all, if you do the best you can with what you have, you still might not be able to really do shit.
Ran it up so you can't catch me, nigga. Shooters put up till I'm tough so you won't catch me with them. I told my homie that's enough, stop being extra, nigga. Not too big to feed, I brought too much, you wanna bet me, nigga? Hey, filled up the safe, go get a trash back. Old police ass, nigga, get your badge back. Put the switches on them pistols, get the last laugh. He fucked the city up with this one, he a hashtag.
I appreciate your mama coming through, you know what I'm saying? I always appreciate the support. Y'all be like mama and support the stream. Go ahead.
just when you live in a place where you're not allowed to have a weapon, and there's been numerous reports in Canada that people are done because, and that's what I try to tell people. People are like, oh, Canadians, they're blah, blah, blah. They're nice or soft or whatever. And I'm like, no. And
Well,
now
and
they're just saying they're just opening fire when people break into their houses, and they're just like, yeah, whatever. I'll just get another gun.
and that's the thing. Canada was the perfect thing to watch in America for Americans as far as gun control goes, right? Because first it started off with registration. Registration always leads to confiscation throughout history.
Yep.
Canada's just the latest.
Yeah, there was a flood in Alberta somewhere. And then the RCMP just went into their houses and took their guns while they weren't there because they had to be evacuated.
They did it in New Orleans.
I know. I'm saying they didn't.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. So if you tell them where they are, they're gonna come get them.
Yeah. And you tell them what you got, they're going to know exactly what you're supposed to have. That's literally why, even in our gun laws, it states that the ATF cannot keep a database on firearm sales.
Oh, I'm aware.
And they can't computerize it. That's why all those forms are sitting in shipping containers in West Virginia.
You sure they're not in a mine like the Social Security stuff?
Nope. They've done stories on it. They're literally sitting in shipping containers. And when they have to trace a gun, they have to go through them.
Did you see the story where Elon was looking into, like, I think it was Social Security, something like that. And they said that the reason why it takes so long is how fast the elevator can take the forms down into the mine where they've been stored since like the 50s or something like that.
Oh, that's for federal retirement.
It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's the specific bonded paper to run federal retirements. It's ridiculous.
It's adorable.
Bringing this whole thing about how the gun problem exists in Canada, where they're taking the guns and that sort of thing, and then you look at the folks here in America, in the United States, and they collect them up and they store them up and that sort of thing. And the government, sometimes they do come for people with the heavy amounts of artillery, and then sometimes, and most of the time, they do not. But the interesting thing is that in the middle of that exists that the government is encroaching, and the people who have these massive artilleries are not doing anything. So they're sitting on these massive artilleries for what? Kind of really goes to.
But how do you know?
Point.
How do you know they're not doing anything?
Well, they're not, because the government's still corrupt. They're still.
How do you know? Yeah, but
we're still taxed out the wazoo. I mean, and
but that has nothing to do with the weapons themselves.
You look at the corruption, right, and the problems, and the people with the massive artilleries that are able to make that change because they have the force. They aren't doing anything about it. So why collect it? I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying that.
No, you're literally saying that they're pussies and they should have done it already.
Well, I'm saying if it is the case that they're collecting it up and they're saying I'm collecting it up in case of corruption, well, that already exists.
I don't know anybody that's collecting guns against corruption.
Well, government coming in and doing what they're not supposed to do is corruption. So yeah, that's exactly like I highly doubt that people who collect up these massive artilleries, like I'm not talking about the stack that you showed us. I'm talking about warehouses or even just having rooms full, right? If they're collecting this up, what are they collecting it up for if not to stop real corruption?
Investment.
Right. It's money. Yeah, that's what it's really about. And it kind of goes to the point that OG was making, which is that, you know, you got these guys walking down the street with all these massive amounts in their jacket. And really it's just to look cool, because they're not going to do anything. I mean, if the police walk up on them and say, hey, time for a Terry stop, the guy's going to stop and he's going to be disarmed by the police.
That's not against the law, though.
What?
Your opinion is that it's against the Constitution?
What?
But that's your opinion.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
The Terry stop.
Well, when it's time for you to get a Terry stop and you're walking down the road and you've done nothing and they want to disarm you and drag you off to the dungeon and question you and ask you why you got all these firearms, then you'll be wondering why it is that they picked you. Right? Why me? Why me? Well, it's because you had the massive artillery. You were walking down the street with all of these things on you. But you didn't do anything when they stopped you. And it's not to say that you should. I mean, I say survive, you know, and like, yeah, okay, jail sucks, but chances are you'll get out and won't have any problems and that sort of thing. So, but the problem here is what I see is that corruption does exist. We are being taxed out the wazoo. We are being stopped. And
tax is authorized in the Constitution.
I said out the wazoo. I didn't say there was a problem with taxing. It's not, you know. But you know, it's just an interesting factor that, you know, it's kind of like the same thing. Is this guy, he has all of this on his person for what? He's not going to do anything. And especially if he isn't alerted to a real threat. You know, if a guy walks up behind him, he's got all this stuff on him. He's not going to know that. Just walked up behind him and boom. Now he doesn't have all that anymore. Now it belongs to the guy that took care of that. So it's an interesting thing. It's kind of a moot point whenever you're walking down the road or you've amassed this artillery and you can't do anything or you won't do anything. Because if you're like, for instance, you know, if you got this massive artillery, you can only carry so much. Carry a couple of, you know, pistols, maybe a rifle and a few knives. And then by that time you're weighted down, right?
If I may. I've heard rumors, and listen, I'm Canadian, but I thought I was American until I was like 9, because a whole bunch of my family lives in America and stuff. I didn't know there was a difference. And that, you know, that was in the 80s. And if I've heard rumors that the ATF may be abolished and be just under the FBI for things, for crimes and stuff, and there's not going to be any ATF, I'd be very happy. But
yeah, that'd be all right.
Is there anybody up here, just because I've seen all the congressional hearings and everything, the horrible things they've done, right? And so would anybody up here be opposed if certain people, like for instance Adam Schiff, who lied and did a lot of really shady things, would anybody be opposed to them being drugged in chains into a courtroom and then either put away or maybe for sedition, capital punishment? Is anybody up here opposed to that?
Damn you, Tom. I was just going to order those kind of lights too.
Timu.
No, yeah, I was looking at Timu today. Yeah, I was just looking at them. Now you're confirming it. I might want to get them.
No, I wouldn't be opposed if Adam Schiff was put under the jail.
No, not at all.
Why would we be?
I don't know enough about it. I really tried to kind of not pay attention to it, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's infuriating, Brick.
Yeah.
So,
but I do know he's a slimy guy.
You're telling me, Bridges, you don't pay attention to congressional hearings?
Yeah, no, I try not to. Well, you know, back when I was like in my early 20s, I paid a little bit of attention to it. You know, my grandfather was all into it, and so I watched a lot of it back then. But I don't really like to get into it because I'm really more into the local stuff. I like to see what's going on with the local stuff. So yeah, I try not to be honest with you.
I do not blame you.
They are a shit show, and they are a dog and pony show, and who can grandstand the most, and that goes for both sides, not just one. I'm not opposed to anyone. I think there's a lot of politicians on both sides that need to go to jail.
Oh, 1,000%.
And I'm not opposed to either side going to jail. I just want them to get the fuck out. And I don't even think they should go to jail. I think you should put them on the island and let them figure out how to.
Yep.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that all prisons should be islands, I think.
Yeah. What is it going to say? UK was doing it right when they sent them all to Australia.
1,000%. I agree.
Yep.
They just learned how to live, so they didn't die. You know, so
if let them make the society they want to live in.
Yeah. But I would not recognize them on the world stage. That's the problem. What happened with Australia is because they recognize them on the world stage.
True.
If they kept it a prison island, it would have been just what it is. There would be no trading, no doing anything with them, and let them live and die by whatever they make and live on that island.
Mm-hmm.
But we're too generous nowadays. The men of nowadays will never compare to the men of old.
I agree.
Well, that's always been the case.
Yeah,
that's even to include me. So I'm not going to leave myself out of it.
Yeah, I agree. Me too.
Oh no,
yeah.
Your grandfather has 3 times the testosterone you do.
Not anymore. He's dead now. But yeah,
well, he had.
But yeah, you're right though. I'm saying, man, that dude, I love that guy, man. He bought a campground, and within 10 years, the campground was like 4 times the size, pulling in money, and the campground's doing well today. It's the same size it was when he died, but when he sold it. But I mean, yeah, the things that people used to accomplish is amazing.
Yeah. I look at a lot of YouTube videos of guys who fly drones around the Southwest and find old mines and caves.
Yep.
And it's amazing what a man and a pickaxe and a little bit of dynamite were able to do.
Oh, absolutely.
By themselves, alone. It's insane.
Dirty and musty the whole day with it too.
Yep.
What is the whole conversation today before I take my ass to Sleepy City?
Oh, it has to do with excessive weapons ownership.
Oh, thank God my dad's not up there. That old motherfucker there, boy.
Did you see the picture I sent in the group text, Tom?
Yes, I did. My dad would have, like, to be honest with you, like when my dad looks at my safe, that's why I don't take him to the big safe. I only take him to the one that has the small amount of fucking guns in it. If he goes to the big safe, he'll be crying and complaining why I got so many guns. I think there's nothing wrong with owning as much as you fucking can hold. If you choose to have that much, just remember you only got 2 arms for a reason. Now, if you can find a way to put them all on a one thing and have one trigger for each one of them, that'll be a badass thing. I'll be in there. I'll be waiting for you to help me build something like that. But it's, for the most part here in America, it's whatever your hands can hold. So, you know, and whatever your hands can actually absorb, your hands and your body can absorb. Actually, it's a real actual thing because most people can't absorb regular handgun and be accurate. We seen a motherfucker miss from half an inch away. So, you know, it's really just what your body can absorb at the most part. So having a lot of guns doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Besides, those are fancy. But I ain't gonna tell another man what to spend his money on either. That's for damn sure I'm not gonna do that because I got hey dudes and guns. That's about it. Damn, I ain't seen Trump said in a fucking ever. Where the hell you been? Trump said, God damn. I ain't seen Trump said in almost goddamn 2 years. About a year. I ain't gonna say 2 years, about a year.
What do you think about somebody, bro, who walk around with the blade outfit on, with the all the accessories? He got the whole Batman equipped with him.
Listen, I say motherfucking deck yourself out. Like when I see those cops with their fucking loadout,
tactical vest.
I'm all for it. I've never been against it. Even when I was in the military, I was trying to get what I can, whatever I got it, as much as I want. Cause I was the one purchasing all the shit. So if I found something new on the chopping block that I could order, I was ordering that shit. As long as my commander got one and I got one, we good. He didn't have a problem with me ordering shit. So I'm saying make your loadout as best as you can. You know, ain't nothing wrong with it. Just remember, it's your loadout. You better learn how to motherfucking use it. You know, I'm all in for guns. I'm Second Amendment all day.
So what did you think about the lady cop that was disarming the gentleman when they took him out of his car and she accidentally shot him?
Oh, that bitch is retarded.
Oh my goodness gracious. She should be in jail.
Yeah, yeah. She should.
That's negligence.
She should for sure shouldn't be a cop. That's for damn.
No way.
Oh, damn sure.
Did you see the picture? She had 2 fingers on the trigger. 2 fingers on the trigger. Who puts 2 fingers on a trigger?
I've never seen that shit in my motherfucking life. But that goes back to say what me and motherfucking Mayo say. Women should not be on the force. And if they are, they should be in the supportive role.
I agree.
That's a fact.
Which story is
phones,
that?
filling out paperwork.
15, 20 years ago, I would have disagreed, but I've seen too much.
Tenth man, which story is that?
This was about a month ago.
Yeah, within the last 2 months. Yep. And there's a white lady cop. She's half as tall as the male cop that's holding the guy and cuffing him or whatever. And she pulls the gun out, puts 2 fingers on the trigger, and shoots the guy. So there should have been a safety, but some don't have an external safety, so you don't know.
Oh, is that the one where he got shot in the leg?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
On a simple
yeah. That was wild.
Yeah. That's some bullshit luck right there, boy.
There's a new video that came out within the last couple days. And it was this lady. She looked like she was 50, 60 years old. She had a embolism in her brain, like a stroke kind of or whatever. And she hit a curb or whatever and then didn't recognize there was a cop behind her. And then he acted crazy. It was like a skit from Mad TV or something. And then she ended up having to get part of her brain removed, and now she's completely messed up because rather than he lied on his report and said didn't ask any questions, said didn't even mention that she had an accident when she was at the hospital, nothing, almost like he wanted to hurt her and was sad that he couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then she almost died.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen that too many times where people have had a stroke or a heart attack or whatever, hit up some pylons or something, and then the cops are acting all crazy, and it's like, if the person isn't 100% coherent, how do you not automatically recognize that maybe there's something wrong?
Well, and then on top of that, why would you go to violence immediately?
I don't know.
It's so wild.
Never one time when I've given people CPR or I've done a few different things in my life, and never once did I go, I should beat you up.
That's, yeah.
While you cracked their ribs, giving them
Karen Garner.
CPR.
Yeah, rifle through your pockets to make sure you don't have anything that can hurt me.
Poke me, stick me, or stab me.
Oh yeah, what I'm not a fan of is the wallet biopsies that they do. You guys ever heard of that?
No, what do you mean?
They the ambulance crew, if you're not coherent, will go through your wallet to see what insurance you have to decide which hospital to take you to.
What? That's
Yeah.
wild.
That's
Look
not
it up.
new.
Well, they're called
Yeah.
wallet biopsies.
Yeah, that's not new.
Well, I do understand it to an extent because certain medical cards are in the wallet. But when it comes to taking you to the hospital, I just feel like that should be the nearest emergency room.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Well, that's why a lot of people die. That's why a lot of people die on their way to the hospital.
Mhm.
Oh, made a wrong turn. He can't go to that hospital. Turn around.
Yeah, I never
They just drive
understood
past
you're
that
at the nearest
hospital.
hospital and they're gonna take you 2 hospitals away from there. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Well, and in certain situations, I do understand it too because some hospitals don't have certain equipment.
Right.
So, like Gainesville,
Yeah.
Gainesville, Florida is one of the top hospitals in the country. So if you're anywhere like basically in North Florida, they're taking you to Gainesville if it's a serious thing.
fuck that. Listen, I gotta go to where there's a stroke fucking goddamn ward at, for real.
Josh is back.
Because if
Yeah,
I have
with my good sir.
if I have a seizure, that's exactly where they're taking me. I'm going to be on the stroke ward for at least 3 to 5 days.
See,
why-
remember they used to have the Med Alert bracelets and all that?
Yeah.
I really think that's something we need to get back to.
I don't recall them did they take it away?
No, but they just became less fashionable, and most people don't even know about them now.
Hey, Reza, play that video, one of those videos in the back.
My mom has one, right? She has a Med Alert, and they fucking call me when her battery is low. Mayo.
Oh yeah, the new electronic ones. Yeah, they're outstanding.
That motherfucker.
They're outstanding.
Did you know that so and so's battery is low? You need to call them and let them know that their battery. I was like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have no problem with them. I mean, they've saved a lot of people's lives.
Oh, that's beautiful. I want that.
I have a couple of those. Get you some brass knuckles. They're fine. Oh, that's pretty cool.
That is wonderful.
Seems like none of that was cheap.
I want all of that.
The brass knuckles themselves cost about $45 a piece if you get them from a reputable dealer. But if you get them on Temu, they'd be a lot cheaper. Just to let you know.
You're the Temu spokesman over here now.
I suspect.
You better be getting a sponsorship for that.
I'm just saying.
Temu.
If you get them from around here, it's like $45, $50 up to $100. Get them on Temu, they're probably
OG, pull up
$10.
or Rest pull up that video. They used to sell these in the back of magazines for like $25. They are outstanding.
Well, hello and welcome back, my friends. Yet another wonderful short here on my channel. Now, with that being said, I have for you a treat special, a nice little Russian ballistic knife. So you can see here with a little and all. I will say this thing was mighty stout. I tried to press the blade back in with the sheet on this thing earlier. Could not get it. Had to actually put it in a hydraulic press. So I'm hoping it's pretty aggressive. Let's see what she do. Armed and dangerous. Safety squints donned. Jesus, that's an aggressive little thing.
Oh, that shit pops out. Oh, I need one.
Yeah, it shoots out, man.
What's
Yeah,
That's pretty sweet.
out? Stretch it out. See how far I can shoot.
I can hook you up with a seller, sir, or with actually 2 sellers, sir.
I want one.
Absolutely. Hey, if not just me, it's a good fucking gift for my sons. Oh, both my sons love knives. Oh, especially the oldest two. Yeah, I get it for sure. Send it to me, Mayo.
A
Yeah, I will.
ballistics knife. Hell yeah.
Yeah, ballistic knife. They are illegal as hell, but you know.
No one cares about that shit.
Exactly, like they shouldn't.
Tell me what I can and cannot procure. That's crazy. Man, let me go my time. Y'all have a good night, man. I'm gonna get up out of y'all. It's been fun.
All right, man.
Chase, you come through.
All right, Tom.
I'll
Good
be
to see you,
checking y'all
brother.
show out in the morning, like I always do.
All right, Menendez. Have a good night.
Yeah.
All right, get out of here, dog.
My motherfucking dad is something else, man. This shit crazy.
Get them W's.
He ain't get no goddamn.
Get goddamn W's. Yes, sir. You know what time it is.
Yeah. So I'm gonna head out too. So I appreciate you letting me up.
Rick, have a good one, man.
All right, Brick.
Yeah, enjoyed it. So later.
All right, Brick. Good luck with your utopia.
Hold
Peace.
up before you go, Brick. Hold up before you
Joshua,
go.
Oh,
you ain't
Josh
shit.
came on camera.
I don't want to hear you, bro. I don't want to hear you. Ain't
I
shit.
ain't never seen Josh on camera.
Right here. It's all just for you.
Joshua, I don't
Right here.
care, bro. You ain't
It
shit.
looks like a patient
I
zero.
really don't care, Joshua.
It's right here. It's just
You're an
for
idiot.
you.
I'm not for you. All right, you're a fed. You're a piece of shit. I'm out.
Hater.
He sleeps with
Thank you,
the bed.
Resla. Thank you, OGDoDirty. You're dirty.
All right, bro.
All right, Brick.
That's crazy.
Tried to give him something he could cuddle with at night. Damn, can't be nice to nobody around here.
That's a whole fact. What's been going on with you, Josh?
Oh hell, busy. I'm getting ready to hit stateside. I arrive on the 21st. I leave here on the 20th.
Oh,
I'm finally going back stateside. I believe permanently.
Oh,
what?
Yeah, I think I'm done. I think. There's been a couple offers. One was with ATF. I might go that direction. I don't know. For right
Lord,
now.
Jesus.
That's God.
Lord,
First 6 months.
That don't even sound good, Josh. That doesn't sound good at all, my good sir.
I can't help it, man. They pay good. Well, they're going to be paying me good. At least that's what the offer is. But I know for the first 6 months, I kind of want to lounge around the house. I got a lot of construction. I got a new house to build. I got a greenhouse to build. I got a doomsday bunker needs to be dug out too. So,
I mean, understandable.
Yeah, maybe don't put it on YouTube like that other guy did, and then they came and gave him a hard time. No, just keep it to yourself.
I put it on YouTube, like my street. It doesn't even show up on Google Maps. It's literally out in the middle of nowhere. I'm more
That's
concerned.
how it's supposed to be.
So
That's when you know you're safe.
Oh, I check. I don't know. I guess I never paid much attention to the whole safe. I think I'm starting to rest in that whole. I think it's as a man. I'm gonna say it, Resla. It's time for me to rest in my femininity. I want a comfy couch with really soft cushions. I want to be lazy. That's what I want, Resla.
Tired of playing in the dirt.
Well, yeah, this is definitely the shithole dirt. I hate this country. I really do. So
you don't like the beautiful Republic of Vietnam, sir?
Fuck no. Beautiful. What the hell kind of pic? Y'all are looking at some doctored ass pictures, right?
No, I'm kidding, actually, sir.
Jeez, I mean, all of the tourist photos, right? They show these like gorgeous, like looking mountains and everything, and I'm sitting here like, that's not Vietnam. As soon as you hit the streets, right, there's garbage everywhere. I have literally
there's a current challenge on TikTok where you go to Google Earth and look for India and try and find a picture that doesn't have trash in it.
Damn.
And nobody's been able to do it yet in any place that there's people.
One of those places I have no intention of visiting.
That's a whole fact. Ain't nobody going there.
Two of the largest areas, I say I'm not going to India and I'm not going to Africa. I have no business there.
I can't find anything that's in Asia, period. Like the entire area just looks like just shithole to me, all the way across. I think Mama's upset that the DEI is getting ready to come home. That should tell you I was a DEI hire, Mama, since I'm getting ready to get to go home. That means I was a DEI hire. Yeah.
That nigga Josh crazy.
So what the hell y'all up to?
Yeah.
I was late. What was the topic?
You want to explain to him, Russell?
Kind of shifted a little bit, but we were talking about well, the thing that was in my mind that we were bringing up was this idea of, I guess, people, for one, having too many firearms, but that wasn't really the core part of it. It was the fact that regardless of where you go in the world, you know, there's really not a way to really protect yourself. You know, there's this thing with maintaining and even control. Whether you're here in the States or whether you're anywhere else in the globe, everybody has to deal with basically being attacked at some point in their life.
Yeah.
So, and I guess people are still mad because, like, you know, they'll say things like in the other side of the pond, like, there's too many knife attacks. And we're like, we wish there were knife attacks. What the fuck? Like, you kidding me? That's why we're all trying to strap up. That the knife attacks, that's the thing you don't hear over here.
I think, there's some knife attacks. It's just
you do hear it. You just,
yeah, it's just
they're just usually places that don't have guns.
That
are very restrictive on guns.
You know, the highest record for school killings was done with a sword, right? China did it. They pulled it off. I think it was like 311 deaths with a freaking sword. I'm sitting here thinking, aren't your arms tired from swinging that around after a while? Like that's a bad man right there. That's
a slaughterhouse.
Oh, I would rather be shot than stabbed any day.
Yeah, I kind of agree there.
Cuts, man, they something else, dog.
Yeah.
And then over there, you know, most people don't play with swords, but a sharp ass, just a fillet knife will fuck you up. So if you had something sharp like a katana and you hit your chest with it,
love my swords, love my axe, love my knife.
That shit gonna hurt.
Yeah, my husband has said that many times. Like, oh, we should get a nice sword like that. There was a copy of the Michonne one from Walking Dead. I almost bought it, and I'm like, he's gonna hurt himself with it. He's gonna mess around with it because I've used swords. I wouldn't hurt myself, but somebody, if you don't know how to use a sword,
pull this side
even
up,
a big knife.
I've showed you this before.
I've seen him with a knife. It's not good.
Don't most people that have swords and stuff, they're just like collectors, right? It's not like anybody's going out in the yard swinging a damn thing around.
Oh, you're absolutely wrong. Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta say you gotta, because I swing mine.
Really?
I swing shit out of my
Oh yeah.
What the moment listen, I've got three swords. Like the moment I got my primary one, I sharpened it the first day.
Well, sharpening it, yeah, that to me that's just maintenance, or like you walking around and swinging a damn thing.
You come in, you're not you
It's
walk in.
like a
I
scene out
collect
of
the
Step
soul.
Brothers.
I collect the soul. I'm taking something from you.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
These are also not toys. These are the real deal.
Zombie tools. Jesus H. Christ.
This is a good one.
Yes, sir, it is.
Oh, I've got one that you'll like even better down here. I've got the Deuce 3.
Oh, nice.
There's a shorter version of that too.
This will always get it done. The Reaver. Yes.
Yeah. The Reaver Cleaver.
You guys really paying like $500 for a pig sticker? Whatever the hell these things are?
There are you kidding me? There are hatchets and even malls that are around $600. Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't buy a hatchet either, right? I mean, then again, I'm thinking firewood, right? I don't want to split that either. Damn, my chainsaw.
You might as well get ready for it because that's exactly what you're gonna be doing.
Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm getting old because some of this stuff just looks like a ridiculous price or just way too much work.
Well, the thing is, I think these is the steel, bro. It's probably A1 steel. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that bullshit that's gonna snap on you and shit like that. It's probably been treated just right. You ain't got to worry about no little bitty fracture cracks or none of that shit, bro. For something to fuck up on you, right there gonna last you a little bit, and that's what you want.
I saw a video not long ago, and this guy had like a Russian combat axe, and it also turns into a shovel, but it's an axe.
Nice.
You can actually chop a tree down with. I kind of want one. They were only like $100, $80.
You said 80.
Yeah, it's just a.
Oh yeah, the Russian Spetsnaz
shovel axe thing. Yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful device. Beautiful device.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. $80 for an axe. Yeah, I've seen some axes get kind of expensive.
Yeah, but this one's
Yes,
mass
they are.
produced, so you know.
I don't think I'd want to swing one of those things around all day cutting firewood either. That's what a log splitter's for.
No, it's not a big old axe. It's like I said,
doesn't have to be large
maybe
one.
3 feet long. Maybe
Pull this
3
up,
feet long.
Wrestling, and just play it in the background while we talk. They're trying to destroy a Reaver Cleaver. They're actively trying to destroy it.
Oh shit! Now I'm just looking up brand names on it. I didn't know Still made a damn axe.
Yo, they cleave through a baseball with ease.
Yes. And a car hood and
Is it the combat axe?
The Reaver
no,
Cleaver.
this is the Reaver Cleaver.
Oh, okay.
The zombie tools.
Jeez.
Play it in the background on the screen while we talk. Just cut the noise. This thing's crazy, dude. Yeah, they make their
look at
their
Mama in
swords
chat.
from the
She's
same
getting old.
steel used in car springs.
Just look at that.
If I had neighbors like this, I'd be concerned.
Don't move next to me then.
But you'd be safe.
Stop it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about a bunch of hillbillies stuck in a garage.
Look at it. Still good.
Just imagine
not
driving
hillbillies,
by
sir.
this scene.
They're
Just
in
imagine.
Montana.
They're hillbillies.
That's a helicopter rotor blade right there.
Very nice.
Boy, he working that motherfucker, boy.
I got a chainsaw. Can't do that faster than he can.
Oh, that's a whole fact.
Okay, Elon.
Well, it's a chainsaw. It'd probably be cheaper than whatever the hell he paid for that thing. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but you need gas for it.
That's a fact.
Oh my God. We're so cheap now we can't buy gas. Pay $500 for a
gas
fucking
in that
sword,
zombie apocalypse, sir.
Y'all don't. Oh my God. I forget. I'm talking to city boys. Jesus H Christ.
I was like, you can make your own gas. You can make your own oil.
Yeah, you can make dirty oil. I mean, you'll be cleaning your engine a lot, but I mean, you can do it. Yeah. Come on, OG. How can you associate with these city slickers?
Shit, I used to be one.
You used to be. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be known by your accent.
I'm from Oak Cliff, Texas, sir. I just choose to be in the country.
Oh wait, no. Texas is not a city.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As bad as I hate Houston and Dallas, right? Even those I kind of still consider redneck.
Wow, look at that.
He's trying to get through a bike, nigga.
Let's go. He's getting there too. It's folding. Let's go. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna have to save up some money.
Yeah, definitely not a toy sword.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah. No,
Nice.
I think I need to.
Nice. He ripped the vice right off the bench. That's good.
Yeah, that's a pretty damn
That is some premium steel. Let's
I told
go.
you. I fucking told you, bro.
He's gonna lift the entire thing. Watch.
Yeah.
Yes. I would never let that thing go. That would be my primary weapon. Oh.
What you being back straight?
Oh, beautiful.
That's fucking crazy.
That's craftsmanship. That is great.
Yeah, whoever made that boy there, he not two of them.
Oh yeah.
Fucking lying.
And you know if that thing broke the shards, oh my goodness.
And that's $500 for this sword.
Hey, you know what that sword remind me?
Under 500, I think.
Yes, sir.
Hey, did y'all niggas ever watch that?
Tell me that's not worth it.
Did y'all ever watch that show? Did y'all ever watch that show, The Badlands?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You remember that black dude with his knife, the one that Sonny got from that nigga after he when they was looking for MJ?
My man had the ritual, sir.
Bro.
No.
That what that nigga got, bro. He got that same motherfucking sword, bro.
That's exactly what it should. The perfect name, the Reaver. That is a make away knife. That is a special.
He gonna chop the top on his beard.
Yeah, he just making a convertible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. If it's doing all that, yeah, it's definitely worth it.
If there's anyone who's turning around and say you can't, you wave that in front of them.
Yeah, but are they gonna show us the blade at the end and go look, it's not even dinged.
Oh yeah, they will. Oh, I'm sure it's dinged.
Oh, it's dinged up, but nigga, that's just let you know you ain't putting that much.
You can sharpen out and repair, you know.
Now it's serrate. It's just serrate.
But even if you but the whole point of it is that knife is that sword is gonna last you forever. Well, the cleaver is gonna last you forever. You're not putting this much damage on a knife. You're not. And whatever you doing, as long as you ain't doing this, you ain't putting that much damage on this.
They're taking it to actual metal. Let's be honest. Out in the air, you're taking it to wood and you're taking it to bone. You're not gonna really run across metal, so you're good.
That thing gonna last you for a minute. You might be able to pass that. Fred, you might be able to pass that down as an heirloom.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to stick with a good hunting rifle.
Yeah, rifles are better too, but I'm just saying I would love to have one of these just to have it though. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Get too close with a good enough swing, and that rifle's in half.
Wait. Hold up.
Not just that, it's noisy.
Have y'all looked up the state laws on blade lengths?
Yes, I can carry this legally in the state I live in.
Damn.
Open.
I can.
I don't know about Oklahoma.
Cops are not gonna stop me if I have it sheathed.
Oh my God! Now he's chopping concrete.
Let's go.
Yeah, he fucking that hoe up. He finally broke
There
it.
it broke.
Oh, there you
finally
go.
broke.
There
Oh, he
you
broke
go.
it. Yeah.
Finally.
Yo, he dug into that concrete though.
And it's not clean.
Oh, you can still
Oh,
use
and
that.
You can
Yeah,
reforge.
you
it
send
wouldn't have done
back
that
to them, they'd replace it for free.
if they wouldn't have bent it sideways with that forklift. That probably wouldn't have snapped like that. That's why it snapped like that.
Wait.
That's beautiful. That is great.
Resla, you're in the city, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that knife is illegal for you.
I know.
Okay.
Still gonna have it.
Strangely enough, in the state, it's not just in NYC.
Still gonna have it. See, they won't deliver it to me, but I can still get it to me.
But Josh, if wrestler come out with a leather trench coat with that on his back like blade that's inside the trench coat, they'll never know it was there. Shit, he'll pull that something out and slice you up.
You gonna tell me that if you were to honestly see Resla in a trench coat, you wouldn't be concerned?
No, he'll probably look flying.
No.
You know, he probably ain't gonna have no it ain't gonna be like on the what's that one kind of trench coat? That one that old boy had on a professional, not that type of trench coat.
He'll probably start flashing people.
Damn.
Oh, you out of line.
And
I've been asking for months.
if you ever want to order one, man, let me know. Have it delivered here, and I'll send it.
You can get it delivered. Like you can have it in your home. You just can't have it anywhere else. It's really what it boils down to.
I again feel sorry for the person walking in. They're walking. If they walk away, they paid the fine.
Well, imagine you're getting in your car, right, and you got this thing set up behind the front seat, and somebody tries to carjack you.
What?
They ain't gonna be expecting that.
Nope.
Which, actually, no. Yeah, I'm starting to. I'm looking at the city ordinance here. Yeah, it's public in possession, right? It's. It's public and in possession. I'm not so sure. Like, I think maybe you probably like if it's in your vehicle, that wouldn't be considered public.
Literally, I won't listen. We're not even talking about like Comic-Con time. Like I walked down the street when because one of my stores I had to pick up. I was coming from New Jersey, and I literally had that thing sheathed literally on the back of me. And I think cops pulled me over twice, and they were just like, I said, no, it's not an umbrella. I just got to get to where I got to get to. Heading home right now. And they were like, okay. And they just like, there you go. Go ahead. Go on your own.
In this day and age, in all seriousness, I don't carry a weapon because I know I don't need to. But in America, you should be carrying a weapon in America in this day and age.
This day and age, you realize that if you know the old tintype photos that they're made out of like little. You realize that I can show you like hundreds of photos of those tintypes, right? Of kids in school. We're talking 7, 8, 9 years old carrying sidearms. Well, at least the guys.
Why wouldn't they when they got to walk home and stuff where there's animals and stuff?
It's always been this way. It's always been this way. Like, so this day and age thing doesn't matter. It's just always been that way. Or it's more so back then than it is now. We just don't. I think we've kind of pussified ourselves.
I've said that many times, what they did in society. I revolted against it, but what they did was they bred and trained out all the masculinity out of men. And I think it's going to be a resurgence now because people realize what happened. But, they jailed all the people and got rid of them.
Did y'all end up seeing the photos that got leaked from Las Vegas? Reza running around in a bra and panties?
Yo, this is really sus that you having these guys up here just look. They be having all these weird fetishes for me being naked. You got Josh, you got Marcus. I mean, they love talking about me being naked. I
actually don't. I just joke around.
I was just bringing up the rumors. Well, the evidence of the photographs. If you give me some time and let me get some Photoshop open, I'll make that happen.
All I heard was that Josh is willing to go out of his way.
Damn.
Josh sounds like he's making some personal porn to touch himself.
That's
To.
okay. He's
That's
doing
what
deep fakes and everything, man.
Damn, it's like that. Well, I do have a giant teddy bear, right? Like, there's no telling how far this goes.
Jesus Christ.
I need to get back on camera with this thing again. Sir, I am very comfortable in my pink shirt. Actually, yeah, I think I got a pink shirt on.
All I'll say is this, and I've been saying this a lot lately, but is with being too prepared with too much self-defense or whatever, the topic of the conversation. 5-6 years ago and 10 years ago, and throughout my life, people have made fun of me because when I was very young, my aunt had all this food stored in all places through her house. She had a lot of food stored up, cans and all the stuff, preserves. And I said, why? And she said, because I grew up very poor. So like in the 40s or something. And I never want to be without food again. And so whenever stuff's on sale, I buy a lot. I rotate it. I don't have a lot, but I have enough. I used to have more. And then the pandemic happened. And then I was taking bags of food to people and buying groceries for people because people had hard times during the pandemic. It was a real messed up time. And then ever since then, nobody's made fun of me about having, a very large pantry.
Mm-hmm.
A few extra bags of rice, stuff when it's on sale. No one's made fun of me since.
Yeah, even if you'd have gone back 30 years ago, you'd have found like lots of families had large pantries, like large pantries.
Most definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when it was normal for people to have deep freezers, even here in the city.
Yep.
I do.
God, I got 4.
Now it's rare that I see, even when I walk into someone's place, it's rare that I see a deep freezer.
Really?
Normally, I see normally I would see a deep freezer only if they have grandparents.
Oh, you guys don't buy I guess maybe it's the younger generation doesn't buy food.
They don't think about it. Remember, it's fast
I
food.
do. I buy large packs of ground beef. We call it hamburger here. I don't know if you guys do. And package it in smaller bags, and I stock up. I don't like that.
The generation thinks about that.
Young people don't cook anything that's not pre-made. Most of them.
Correct.
Yeah.
It takes 30 minutes.
I'll own up to a federal crime. I poach, right? So like there's a reason why we have that many deep freezers. It's because we're trying to pack them up as much as possible as we can with deer meat.
Smart.
Hunting season is just too damn short in New York. It's just way too damn short.
Truth.
Oh, it's damn near impossible to hunt in New York now.
If you got it's
unless you own land yourself.
Well, they've got a lot of, I guess that's now that's where it goes, right? So it seems like if you live let's just say you don't live in rural New York, you live in one of those larger towns, right? A lot of people, they'll lease out, they'll get together, get 20 guys, they'll get together and they'll lease out land. And that's kind of what they do. It seems to be common, but I don't know. New York last couple of years, they took a nasty little hit on hunting licenses, which to be fair, I mean, I don't have a hunting license, but I
don't think you should have to.
No, I believe you. Well, if it was me specifically, I believe should have to, right? If I ever get busted, I'm fucked, right? And I'm okay. I'll go down for it, right? Because I'm going to get nailed for poaching anyways. But if you mean as people in general, yeah. But I think most of the time they're generally concerned. If we'd have gone back 30 years ago, I think they would have been worried about most people hunting too much. Now most people, fuck, if it ain't fast and easy, cleaning deer all day long, that ain't fun.
Oh, I mean, because Pennsylvania, right?
Oh yeah,
they've got the worst whitetail problem in the country.
Yeah, they be totaling out a lot of vehicles. You can't drive through that state without totaling your car
because they literally can't find enough people to hunt them.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear about?
Which is weird to me. PA is well, I mean, at least anything outside of Philly, right? On this side of PA, it seems like bunch of damn rednecks to me. Like everywhere I look.
Yeah, but Philly and the surrounding counties, just like New York City, outpopulates the rest of the state.
Oh shit! I see a shitload
Yeah, you
of
got a point.
Same thing in California.
Well, fuck
Same thing
Cali.
in Washington, Oregon, Colorado.
I'm more shocked by Washington. That state has changed.
I'm not because California moved to Washington.
Ah, well, there you go. Texas.
If I may.
Same thing with
Just wanna
Colorado. That's how Colorado fell too.
I'll tell you guys a funny
Back during the
story.
early 80s, with all the crime and everything, a lot of people moved to Colorado and made their
Here.
little California.
Here in Canada, in British Columbia, Parks Canada paid, I had to pull it to get the numbers, $12 million to kill 84 deer. And they hired a couple guys from America to come up with a helicopter to shoot 84 deer and paid them $12 million. Would you do it? Would you come kill 84 deer for $12 million?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes, I
I'm
would.
up.
Isn't that the most absurd thing? People were like, they could have just gave us a license and we would have went and killed them for meat. Instead, they just killed them and disposed of them.
Easy money.
All waste. All waste.
That kind of money, I'm bringing a fully automatic. I'm just going to make it a fun thing.
See, that's the problem in Texas right now and why they can't get rid of the hogs, right? Because it's been monetized for landowners to do leases to make people pay to kill hogs. They're making more money off their leases than they are off their crops.
That's a bunch of nonsense.
And correct, but that's the problem with the hogs in Texas right now.
Hey, what's the egg price in New York?
I don't know. Ever since I just ran out of mine a few days ago, I haven't gone back out for eggs.
Last time you bought what was the price?
I've been seeing $1 an egg on the East Coast.
I think it was close to 11. I think.
Jesus,
might have been maybe a little less. I can't remember.
Okay, I think
last time I bought eggs, I was at Costco's.
I might end up being a short trip home. Right, I come back to Commeyville here, and eggs are a lot cheaper here. Jesus, $11 for a dozen eggs, really?
If you get 3 chickens yourself, you're gonna have more eggs than you can eat.
Oh yeah. I've got some chickens, right? But the problem we have with is all of the predators, right? Like they see a chicken coop, right? I'm fucked, and I can't sit there and babysit it all day long. What needs a good electric fence? Damn. Oh, feed store for eggs. I didn't think about that one.
Your best bet, man, go to your local Facebook marketplace and look for people, backyard growers.
Yeah, there's got to be. Yeah,
they're going to be a lot healthier and a lot more affordable.
Damn, $10 for eggs on the West Coast. Okay, so yeah, if New York's 11, Jesus, that's crazy.
It's almost $1 an egg, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get more chickens. I'm gonna do it. I'll figure something out. I'll get electric fence or some shit.
The funny thing is,
I can't remember. It might have been 9. It might have been 11. Those are the numbers that are in my mind. I remember saying Jesus.
Yeah, I heard it was like $8. But that was like 5-6 months ago, and I heard it went up again.
I went shopping the other day, and because we have this tariff thing going on with Canada now in America, and a whole bunch of this stuff is more expensive, but most of the stuff that I buy, because I try to always buy Canadian anyway, and most of that's cheaper than it used to be.
Damn.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny.
I don't know. The last time I was stateside, I had shock from hell. Walked into this Jiffy store to get like a thing of Coke, right? A little 12-ounce of Coke. It was like $2.50. I lost my mind. I'm done. I'm going. I got to get out of here. Now I'm going to have to go back through this again. Price shock thing again. I can't stand this. Every time I
think the cheapest place to get a 20-ounce bottle of Coke is at the machines in front of Walmart.
Yeah, I can get them. Yeah, the Coke machines. You're like,
Yep.
yeah, the one next or like in our town, they've got a Coke machine. It's still 50 cents for a 12-ounce can.
He said 50 cents.
Yeah, and it's like a brand name. Like it's a Coke too. Like, I mean, it's not like an off brand or anything.
Shit, I remember you used to get a bottle of Coke, big glass bottle of Coke for a fucking quarter.
So when I get my road trip, I'm just going to take a cooler, go in the back of the truck, right? Just hit the vending machine up, just load it up.
Yep, when cigarettes were 75 cents a pack.
Damn, I ain't seen 75 cents. Well, here, they're 48 cents here in Vietnam.
Yep, yeah.
Or 30.
Because all the money you're paying for cigarettes is taxes.
Yeah.
100%.
All taxes.
Almost everything that we buy. Most people don't see, most economists don't tell you the truth, but I've looked into this quite deeply.
Yeah,
and when you look from the time you get paid $1, even in America in most places, until like that dollar is paid out and you don't have it anymore, at least 80% of it has gone to taxes.
Yeah.
80%.
And you're taxed 2 and 3 times on the same dollar.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yep.
You heard that Trump just fired like 65 or 7,500 people from the IRS.
Yeah.
And he's moving a whole bunch of other ones.
More.
So, I love everything.
America should be able to do their taxes on a postcard.
Damn, on a postcard?
Yes. It should
Almost
be that simple. It should be that simple.
From what I can tell, a lot of the federal branches are taking like there's like layoffs. There's like a lot of people, and the weird part is there's also a lot of people leaving too. Like I'm leaving, but that's just because I can kind of sneak out without any problems. Oh,
Were you taking the buyout though?
No, none of that applies to me. I'm just leaving because I wanted to quit a long time ago. I guess I just found a reason. Matter of fact, it was kind of an emotional response. I came home, my old lady was bitching about something. I just said, fuck this, I'm going home. Just literally went in and booked a plane ticket, said, I can't leave now, right? So I'm going.
Well, no, I mean your federal job. Did they send you a buyout letter?
Well, no, it doesn't apply to me.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of federal employees it doesn't apply to because they're hired under different titles.
Yeah.
Like FAA guys are separate.
Yeah, none of it applies to me. Like I don't get any of the options or anything like that. But I've wanted out for a long time. I don't know. Ain't found an excuse and an opportunity to get out at the same time. So now I got both. I might have had to made one up, but I'm getting out. Which I don't know. That might not last. I got an offer with ATF and somebody else. I forgot what the other one was. I didn't even remember what the hell that was about, but I'm considering it just after I take about 6 months personal time.
Yeah, because right now, have you been following what's going on with federal employees?
Yeah, there's all kinds of drama, like all kinds of drama.
Yeah, like all the probationary employees are being fired.
I wasn't upset with it because I've always believed that DOS needed to be pruned out. Like it was just a horrible branch.
DOS needs to be flushed down the fucking toilet.
I can't disagree there. It's
that is the most liberal fucking organization I've ever dealt with in the federal government.
You can't find out what smells without getting the stuff that doesn't smell out of the way, right?
Yeah.
You got to get the stuff that doesn't smell out of the way to find the thing that smells, right?
Yep.
Usually.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I'm okay with DOS getting cranked down. Like it doesn't bother me any.
No, because it's literally just like every workforce, right? 20% of people doing 80% of the work.
Well, I was screaming about this before when everybody was bitching about like cutting DOD out, right? And I was like, it seems like it'd be better to take out DOS first, right? Because they're pretty big ass budget, and 100, well, almost 100% of it's like spent off U.S. soil. So why not? Seems like you touch your military last. No, I don't know. I'm good for it. I'm okay with them taking off.
Oh yeah, there's people saying, well, how come he's not doing this to the DOD? Dude, it's a month into it, and the DOD is probably the largest entity in the government. It's not something you do quick.
I actually think DOD could probably do our job, probably do it a little better too. I mean, the military boys, they're always complaining about how like inefficient, but yeah, ours is 10 times worse.
I'm waiting until the shit about that female pilot that caused that crash in DC to come out.
Damn. Ah, this is it. We on to the girl driver thing. Let me tell you about the Asian women. They're the worst.
Oh no! This is the female pilot that caused the death of what, 68 people.
Yeah, happens. Wait, which one?
The Black Hawk that hit the.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Oh.
So
the one who recently got off a stint being an aide at the White House.
Yeah, wasn't the other one? The other one was a medical transport, right?
Yeah, that was in Philly. That was total pilot error, disorientation.
Well, to be fair, right? It was a bunch of Mexicans. They were flying out to Mexico. They were only in the U.S. for medical treatment, right? So
no, they actually operate out of the U.S., out of Florida.
Oh,
the company's just Mexican owned.
No. I meant they were flying Mexican citizens back to Mexico.
Yeah.
They were in the U.S. for medical treatment, I believe. I think.
Yeah, the girl had an operation here. Yeah. Very rich family.
Yeah, I'm good with people dying that aren't U.S. citizens. Doesn't bother me any. Wait. So have we all decided that we're going to get together and deport Resla?
You can try.
No shit.
Just remember, you walk inside, you pay the toll.
Oh, I forgot about your pig sticker you got. Damn.
Yeah, I don't think they're coming to get Resla.
Well, I don't know. We got to make a choice here. We have to pick between Dirty and Resla, right? And my vote, I want to keep Dirty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, I want to keep Dirty. We can get rid of Resla. We can trade him out.
This nigga here is crazy.
Hey, did you not hear me, Josh? I'm on the make trades. Just tell me which lane you want to lose.
Marcus would be closer to the illegal spectrum than anybody else, but he was still born here.
Reza,
fuck you, Mayo. Fuck you.
I'm just gonna kick the door, and then I'm gonna take Mayo, and I'm gonna throw his body in through the door, right? So that'll give me at least a fighting chance.
Hey, Josh, were you on a BM News channel earlier? Was that your first time over there?
No, that's not my first. I pop in BM News every once in a while. It was kind of a weird concept on racism.
Yeah, it's a major. It's more of a pro-black channel. That's why over there.
Oh, it's not.
Well, because even from like a 4 or 5 years. I mean, not saying it's completely, but it's majority based. That's why. But just because I knew him since like about 4 years or so. So when I saw him towards the beginning of his channel, to what is grown now, he has a whole bunch of like different episodes and stuff. The network has grown a lot. So it was just surprising when I saw you over there. I was like, oh, is that him? He's like, oh, it is Josh over there.
Yeah, me and Lit, we get along pretty well. R-Pain, I like R-Pain. He's kind of a right winger though. Well, obviously, we'd get along, but and Geoff, he's not. He's actually not. He just talks like that on panel. He's actually not like that in off camera.
Yeah, well, it's because they're mainly I agree with them too. I was very anti-Kamala, anti-Biden, so
yeah,
and
that's the weird. I don't know. The whole racism in politics to me is kind of a little bit weird because it's kind of like mind reading.
They definitely use it. They always use it to divide us even more. So,
to me, it's just weird, and I don't really expect. Well, I don't expect politicians. I don't expect honesty from politicians, right? Like that's not their job. I don't expect truth from a government. I say that as a Fed, right? Because it's like how it works, right? But I mean. It's weird to me that we would have like you wouldn't be able to understand or you wouldn't know enough about a person personally to know whether they were racist or not one way or the other. So I don't get why. I don't even understand why anybody would focus on it.
Well, the topics themselves, I don't know why they would bring up that topic.
Oh, yeah,
It's not my channel.
topic. I think the definitions matter. I mean, like, hell, I was just happy to get like a society, for society to be considered a system, thereby systemic racism. Society itself, people themselves. Okay, so we have biases, we have prejudices. That it is what it is. I kind of enjoy it. I got a little bit lost because he went off on a side a little bit, or went a little bit. He went over my head a little bit, so I couldn't keep up with it. I kind of prefer the more clear and transparent answers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. I agree.
But my premise is why is racist? Why do we care that why people ought not be racist? Period. Okay, so people are that way. Should they not? And why should we care?
Well, and see, racism used to have a specific definition, and it's opened up.
Just call it like prejudice. So any type of prejudice.
Yeah, most of it is just prejudice.
It's prejudice.
Yeah.
And,
so I mean,
and that's a survival instinct.
Wait a second. So if I listen to Denzel Washington explain that, yes, Martin Scorsese could have done whatever the movie he was in. I don't remember what the name of the movie was, but it's about culture, blah, blah, blah. Then if there are differences where you need the black director for the culture, then isn't it right? Like, isn't racism a good thing? Like a thing that's actually unavoidable? Because
that's not racism.
Well, no,
it is.
Anytime you will treat somebody different.
No, but I'm saying to say that if Denzel Washington and any black person will agree, that's where the whole barbecue joke and the raisins and the is
potato salad.
It's automatically there are gonna be differences.
Yeah,
I just need like a Venn diagram to know like prejudice and then like nepotism and favoritism.
I know, right?
Yeah, they kind of go down the middle towards a certain point. It's like, okay, is it racism or nepotism? Which one is it?
Yeah, it would be.
Who cares?
Different.
Well, no, but that's the point though. But that's the point though, because now it goes over people's head. A simplicity of a word that they throw out, but because we live in the modern day of this race bullshit politics, it's gender war politics, all that kind of stuff.
What I think it's more like we don't want to say the reality of what we deal with because we want to appear good. Like we want people to think the best of us. Hell no, why? I don't know why we can't just admit, hey, I'm an asshole. Be done with it.
Yeah, I love it. I tell people I can be a dick. I don't give me an asshole. I don't give a shit.
I get up here and call Resla an asshole all the time. I like dirty though. Like I keep dirty, and if I had my choice, I'd throw Resla off the panel.
Yeah, OGDoDirty is all right though.
It's fucked up.
Nah, you can trash OG, man. Give me Resla every day of the week.
Oh,
damn!
This nigga be balling. Yeah.
Look at that. I laid low. That's what I come in hard.
Over there. You see OGDoDirty just slobbering over there over Mr. Tom right there, the long ways right there. No, he was wrong. He's a whole fact. Ain't no W's.
Yeah, that nigga got W's, bro. You need to stop hating.
Crazy.
God,
Marcus, you just a hater.
As I get older,
no, I'm just a regulator.
As I get older, I realized that the place I lived was like an outlier where I had tons of black friends growing up. Didn't make any difference to me. There was no racism where I was in Nova Scotia, Canada. It just didn't exist. Like I never had a black person say anything about my race or me say anything about their race negatively. Never one time ever in my entire life up until, in my 20s, did I ever even hear of such a thing. I mean, you hear of it on TV and stuff, but that's an America thing. It was never a thing where I was. Apparently in other parts of Canada it was, but I was in an isolated place. It's called Halifax, Nova Scotia, right? And that's like I was telling Rizla the other day, that's where Africville is. It's a community that was put underneath a bridge because it was the end of the Underground Railroad.
Wait, Nova Scotia? Do they have any black
Yes.
people up there? It's too fucking cold.
Dude, look up the statistics.
Damn.
It's a true story that we were the end of the Underground Railroad.
Oh,
It's a fact.
I believe that. I just,
Well, yeah,
I
because you
don't
were
think
literally
they
the end of
stayed there too long.
civilization at the time.
Right. We freed the slaves just as well as anybody else. And we, you know, and then we
Nobody ever thanks you
accepted
guys, man. No, nobody ever thanks you.
No, I get it. We don't ask for thanks. We did what was right. And so
No, fuck that. Don't thank him, right? Because he did it to the Indians too, remember? And it was the Indians that kind of really
We
helped
didn't.
kick our ass in the world.
the British did. The British did.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, but
I apologize.
Canada was under
right?
British rule and slavery too.
I call them the same thing. Brits, Canada.
Y'all still got King Charles
They're the
on your coins.
Yeah.
That's a whole
Oh,
fact.
I'm aware.
We know how the crown can dissolve parliament. We already know how the Commonwealth works. Huh. They're British. They just want to call themselves something fancy names. Damn Canadians. Jeez. I still say that, you know, they declared war on us when they sent us Justin Bieber. We need to have to go nuclear now.
I think he got it worse than you guys did.
Yeah, he definitely paid the penalty.
Yeah, I don't think that was.
I think those late night PDD hangouts are definitely not something he fucking survived very well.
Dude, have you seen him recently?
I think
He's not. Yeah, he's not doing well.
No. Well, he's married to a whore. What do you expect?
Yeah,
She was a whore. She actually was a whore though, because I didn't really know much about her. I just knew her name was somewhat like familiar. I just didn't know like that was a Haley. Was Bailey Hadid?
Baldwin, Alec Baldwin's daughter.
Oh, okay. She's a whore.
Didn't she recently file for divorce? Is what I heard.
I thought she was filing for
Allegedly.
divorce. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is true no more.
But yeah, there was a video on him on doing weird shit on Daily Mail today. He definitely ain't doing well.
Did you guys ever hear? Listen, I don't know the facts. I don't know what's true, but my husband's into this stuff, right? So I'll end up having to sometimes do like a 5-hour marathon about Diddy, which I've watched probably at least 80 hours of Diddy stuff now. Like too much. You guys hear about what happened with Usher when he went to the emergency room and he had to get like 80 stitches or something like that because they did a train on him?
Damn.
No joke. Like this.
Wait, who did what on him?
A train
In
where they
prison?
took
In
turns.
prison?
No, at Diddy's house.
Oh, but who though? Who was involved besides Diddy?
Allegedly, Usher and Diddy and his buddies.
I can see that.
Allegedly. Yep. And then he kind of traded off Bieber to them. So I don't know what happened to him. There's supposedly some stuff about that too, but I don't even like talking about it. It's gross.
I think he wears them loose pants to hide his diaper.
That's a whole fact.
If he went through Diddy and them, that boy's got some damage.
He got it bad.
Damn.
Oh,
I feel horrible.
that song. Now that song means a lot now.
How about oh my God, or Let It Burn? All of those a little bit different now.
Damn.
Pretty sure. No, but I've always suspected Usher to be somewhat, you know, on that, at least bisexual, not on that side. Not one, which I don't really give a shit, but just the way he got up there and blew the fuck up, though. Yeah, bro. I mean, come on. The way he moves and the way he talks like that, I was like, this guy for sure toning that line.
So Omarion too.
Damn.
He could be. Hey, what did Orlando Brown say about Bow Wow?
What did he say?
Oh, he said he has some fine ass, he has some good ass P-U-S-S-Y.
Jeez.
But you know, Orlando Brown's been tweaking. He's on meth and shit.
Yeah.
I think he got checked by some thug up in No Jumper, some dude named 4 Extra. That dude was gonna whoop his ass on the podcast.
I feel terrible for these people. And then do you guys know that now Aaron Carter, the guy who died, his mother is on Twitter saying that something's not right. He moved to literally just down the road from where I got married, like maybe an hour or two drive from where I got married in Nova Scotia to try because he thought he was safe there. I think somebody unalived him. Why do you move to Nova Scotia in the middle of like nowhere to try to hide, right? And then, he's gone.
Well, didn't he die in California though?
I don't think so. Died in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, he did. He did. He died in his home.
You sure?
Did you guys ever look into Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington, how they died or they committed self-deletion? Allegedly.
I don't know who that is.
Chris Cornell was the audio. Well, he was a singer from Audio Slave and
oh right, and then
Soundgarden.
Didn't he do that? And then Chester from Linkin Park did it too.
The same way, the way they found him.
Yeah, but then they were friends, right? And then
they were supposed to whistleblow. They were supposed to whistleblow a child trafficking ring or something that somehow Hollywood was connected or certain people that were connected doing it, and because Chester has suffered from child molestation or SA and stuff like that as a young kid, and
supposedly it's something to do with his father, allegedly.
I don't know, like they were saying that there was gonna be some type of whistleblowing that they were gonna do. They were gonna blow the lid off of certain things, and then next thing you know, it's kind of like that CIA type calling card, the way they left them hung.
Yeah.
Like, and then like no struggle or no. There was a bit of a struggle. I guess they left him the door, like the way it was damaged or open or something like that, or
he happened to put a piece of lead in his head, in the back of his head twice.
I'm not sure if it was that yet, but I wouldn't I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Or he was tied to a tree with the extension cords, and then the gun was 40 feet away and shot himself 3 times.
Kind of like what was that guy?
Hillary Clinton.
You got it.
He died at Clinton's side.
No, because remember what's that one guy, Gary Webb or Mark Webb, the guy who did that Dark Alliance about the CIA and the Contras, Dark Alliance, the book he wrote, and he was covering a lot of what was involved with like the drugs and trafficking and stuff like that. And then they shot him twice in the head, and then they reported it as a suicide. I was like, how are you able to shoot yourself twice in the head?
Right.
Or the first time you miss.
Shut the hell up, OG. I'm not gonna deal with your bullshit right now, all right? No, this guy's
no, seriously, dude. A lot of people pull the first shot. A lot of people pull the first shot.
See there, Marcus.
And then when they do it the third time, they throw the shotgun 40 feet away.
You ain't did nothing, OG. You ain't did nothing. You did the L's. Give me my W, ninja.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know too many people who y'all know anything about Tom Green?
Comedian, actor?
A little bit.
Yes.
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah,
what about him?
They got a documentary on him, bro. I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't know what it's about.
Oh, he's kind of a weird guy.
I heard he was weird.
Of course, he's Canadian.
Damn.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I thought that nigga was.
So is Nathan Finnegan.
Oh, Lord.
The guy from Firefly.
There's a lot of musicians, or a lot of, I guess, what we consider like Americans that are like musicians and film artists and shit like that. They're all mostly Canadian. Strange. Like,
you want to know something? Hey, OG, you want to know something about Tom Green, OG?
And also English, and I can tell you why. Because they still concentrate on the craft, and they don't make their stars by looks.
Damn.
We in America make our stars by looks.
Yeah.
Our music stars are purpose built.
I'm a big fan of fucking my way to the top, right? Like, one day I'll get that.
At least you admit it. At least you admit it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it is what it is.
Use what you got.
Damn Canadians having to work their way to the top, right? But damn.
I'm just trying to survive a dystopic nightmare. That's all.
What now?
What's going on in Canada right now is so insane. It's unbelievable.
What's going on in Canada? What am I missing?
We haven't had a government for months. Our prime minister quit, and now I'm prime minister, and I haven't done anything.
What do they do? Have like an interim election or something like that?
There's nothing. I'm prime minister. I've sat here and smoked weed for weeks.
Damn.
Oh, that's a good thing, sir. What the hell are you talking about?
I just saying, we don't even need a prime minister. We haven't had a government. It hasn't been in session for months. It's not supposed to be in session again for at least another month or something. You know,
get reelected.
Wait, who the hell's Trump been fighting with?
Governor Trudeau. He's a governor. I'm the prime minister.
Oh, okay.
He quit, and now I'm prime minister. I'm waiting for Trump's call.
It'll never come.
Just like Jack.
You see, OG a hater.
What? Oh, what happened? Oh, you all wasn't on mute.
Oh yeah, real smooth transition.
Wow.
When I become emperor of the world, everybody's mandatory Neuralink. Mandatory Neuralinks. Not for me though. I want to see in all your guys' heads.
It might be an improvement with Resla. He'll at least then have two brain cells to rub together. That'll be kind of impressive.
I want to see what's
funny
going
part
on
about
there.
that, though, Josh, is that at least I'll have a choice in getting it. That boy.
This is true. It's technically true. Damn. Wait. You said it's like it's a bad thing, Resla. What's wrong with being a cog in a machine? I know my place.
You're right. Backside.
Oh, dirty. Dirty. How do you associate with such? This guy's trying to take your name from you.
How you figure that?
Yeah, he nasty. Sir, he nasty.
Isn't it just like a bed to lie?
Better stop being nasty.
Yeah, don't make me call Mama, Resla. Yeah, I will call Mama up here.
So what's going on with Tom Green, OG?
They just had a documentary on him. I didn't know if it was. I don't really know. I just remember the movie he came out with. Freddie Got Fingered.
Bam.
And he was married to Drew Barrymore back when she was still hot. So.
Oh wow.
I mean, I got to give it to him.
Yeah, I don't know how he pulled that one off.
Hey.
Well,
he made her laugh. He laughed her square out of her panties.
She's not very smart.
I'm not fucking her brain, sir.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. You kind of like you know, you're in a dystopic nightmare and you find one that's partially brain dead, and you're like, well, take what I can get.
Damn, that sounds like my marriage. Damn. Maybe TV is reality.
Yeah, but just think, if you're prepared for disaster and you got plenty of stuff, you can have your pick of the litter.
Yeah. See, this is a problem, right? Since being married many years, well, I hadn't been that many, 6-7 years, right? I don't I don't want the picks anymore. I just want them to go away. Like, if it's the case that I ever end up divorced, right? Like, my next wife is going to be like mute and deaf. Can't talk, can't hear. I can't think of a better way to get to a better relationship.
Yeah, and they the freakiest too. Mutes and
Give me
deaf.
Give me 1 second, y'all. We got a question for the panel. Let me play this real quick, and then we're going to get the answer. We're going to let y'all answer this. It's a question for the panel. You can look at it while we run through this. Let me see which one are we going to do. We could do this one.
Unfortunately, I have a little bit of bad news. Uh-oh, somebody pregnant.
Man, fuck all you hoes.
The answer is no.
20 Australian question to the panel. Are people inherently good?
No, people are inherently self-serving. If it ends up being good, it's just because it looks that way.
Yeah, pretty much same answer. I mean, that's the idea of good is usually something that we associate like somebody doing something for others, I guess, in this context. And it's generally not the case with people. We want to do for ourselves. Like right now, was that Australian currency?
Yes, it was.
You know, that's illegal to trade off fake currency like that, right? No, Australia's not real.
It's not through us, sir. It's check that up with YouTube.
Damn.
YouTube accepts it.
Yeah.
Damn.
And America has fiat currency too. So I mean,
well, that is true. That is true. Can't argue that one. I just got to take shots at Australia.
Australians are actually pretty awesome. I want to ask you guys a question because I've been dealing with something for the past 16 or 18 or 20 hours. Just on Dusty, or what do you Flo? It's not Flo anymore. Now it's Dusty. Flo State. I was on his show yesterday, or Raging Tomatoes, but they were.
Give me one more second. We got Mayo coming through with the $10. Appreciate you, Mayo. We're gonna hit you with this here.
I think what everyone wants to know now is, what are you going to do with all this money?
I'm going to reinvest my money into the community.
Oh, that's a very nice gesture. What were you Okay. Is that your son?
No, I just bought this baby cash.
Appreciate you, Mayo.
No problem.
Damn, that last clip, that makes me jealous.
May I continue?
Yes.
Oh, you go ahead,
so they were talking to this dude who does a sports betting channel, and I don't know what his name was, Jake or something. And I called him Walmart Sheldon. And so it was this whole thing where, what's up? I'll be in a minute. So this whole thing where he uses Germanic ciphers or something. They're these ciphers that Jews used for the Torah and stuff, or whatever. It's this thing, right?
Oh, right. Gematria?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh God, yeah. Those.
So that's but so they had them up there yesterday, right? And I blew up because sometimes I get mad. And State was talking about it. That's where I was before I came over here. And what do you guys think about that? So like they say he's a grifter because he's getting people to donate to him, and I say he is too. Because the weird thing is this guy was explaining how he had gotten his son to start watching this guy's channel, and how one of his children had died. And he's like, I put my child in the ground. So you know, people tell you who they are, right? So you listen, and then his voice broke up and everything. He's like, oh, and this gematria is the thing that's, you know, gotten me back in a good place type thing. And I'm like, oh my God, this is just like a televangelist. Just like a televangelist.
Oh yeah, those guys are just putting shit together that's just not there.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
So this is symbology has always been a thing, and in this case, we're talking about numerology. It's basically just words getting transferred over into a number, right? I think a lot of people will look for something that isn't ever really there. I mean, that's the thing. We're always looking for patterns. Now, whether that guy was specifically a grifter could be the case, right? But I would say that speaks worse for society than it does for him, because literally, if there's enough people that will donate to you for some stupid superstition like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of a bigger problem on society than just one asshole. It's just
sure.
I flipped out on one of his cult members because, I mostly just like sit here and make jokes. You know, it's just because I'm just trying to hang out and play my video game. And they kept saying the unicorn virus C word, right? Stuff and all these like triggers. And they were multicasting over 3 or 4 different channels. And Flo had tried to get them to stop multiple times. All their cult members are coming up and they keep saying this stupid stuff. Flo left eventually. And I lost my fracking mind because this guy started saying stuff that he shouldn't have been saying. And then somebody tried to interrupt him and say, hey, can you stop saying that stuff? And I lost my mind. I'm like, they've said it 25 effing times. Are you not paying attention to anything? Like, how are we supposed to listen to these people that are like, the magic math is the Illuminati, blah, blah, blah. But you can't even figure out that when you're on YouTube, you can't use the unicorn virus words? You're so smart. You're so smart. Yes, go ahead.
I put a link to a YouTube video in the back, but you can't see it. You can't watch it, but there's a picture of the guy on the thumbnail. Was that the guy?
Do you think that guy was? Do you think those people that were coming up were actually ignorant of the words, or do you think they just didn't give a damn and they were just gonna say it anyway?
I think that just like everybody, if you go back and watch it, you'll see what I'm saying. And Flo said it when he restreamed today, and like it's very evident. There was a common theme between all the people that came up, and I'm talking like 50, 60 people, so it wasn't a small sample group. Like, it was a lot of people came up there.
Oh yeah, they brigade them in.
But what I'm saying is they were all fracking imbeciles.
Yeah.
Imbeciles, zero impulse control, like raised by wolves. Definitely SSI recipients. Large majority, right? They'll have disabilities, which is just shut up. Listen. Right? But they couldn't do it. They just couldn't. It was phenomenal.
Wow, all of CT's content is now members only. Chaotic Truth.
Oh yeah, because he got destroyed by Andrew Wilson last night. I was hoping to be able to introduce myself to Andrew Wilson because even though I don't really like the guy, I got a lot of respect for what he does. Getting people triggered and stuff.
He did get work.
Wait.
Oh man, Andrew disseminated him.
What did Andrew? Who's Andrew Wilson?
The guy goes on whatever podcast a lot. Beard, Catholic,
Ortho Bros. Well, technically,
he's an asshole.
Is he Rattlesnake TV? Is that who he did? What he did it on?
No, just look at whatever podcast. It's various. Anyway, he, that's the problem with people like the Scrifters is they'll never answer a question. They just go off on a tangent about nonsense, waste of time nonsense.
Damn, I'm gonna have to go look that one up though. I told CD to stay away from Wilson. Got it. Damn. Well, fuck me.
Hey guys, how's everybody tonight?
Good clockwork.
I may have helped destroy him by accident, but not really.
Damn, I have to go look that up now. I missed that.
Yeah.
The hell was I? I was asleep or something? Yesterday sucked.
Oh, it was fucking 5 o'clock in the morning my time or something nonsense. It was almost a 10-hour panel. I was on there for like 5 hours. I was up there for 5 or 6 hours. Were you watching, Risla?
I was like, it was playing in the background. I was working on some things, but yeah, I was listening to it. I was like, what the hell?
So what happened?
Yeah, how did CT want? I mean,
well, when I got in, CT, it was already up there with a couple of other people. I think there was like more of a smaller conversation before, but then I heard the voice and I was like, wait, that's Andrew, isn't it? And I went up there and that's when I saw like Flo up there. I saw Sarah up there. I think it's a CT. There was some. There were a lot of other people how I didn't recognize as well.
Yeah, but who did the panel? Who hosted the panel?
if I'm correct, it was Sarah and Flo as a co-stream.
Yeah, and they were streaming on the buddies as well, I believe, Jakes.
So the Raging Tomatoes?
Yes.
Yes. It was a sight to behold. Like the whole thing. I was proud to be a part of it because of what kind of a clusterfuck it was. And see, that's the thing. I don't like being on big channels, right? That's why I like coming over here. I don't really want to be famous or anything. I used to have a show, but then one time I was like, "You guys got 500 people watching." She's like, "No, we got 1,200 watching." I'm like, "Oh no, I shouldn't be up here anymore."
What was it? The same show as the Gematria crap?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I didn't like that there was that many people. I have a bit of anxiety about being too public.
So what was the disagreement between CT and Wilson?
That is a bunch of mumbo jumbo nonsense, connecting things that, just like the other guy said, connecting things that are not real, just because.
Oh yeah,
they
that's
have numbers.
the same guy that was on CT's channel, the Gematria guy. I'm going through it now, but I'm not seeing CT on here himself.
I don't know if there was any guy named CT up there last night.
You just said that they cooked CT on that show.
Who is CT?
Chaotic Truth.
I don't know if he was up there or not.
The guy you're talking, the Gematria guy is the Zachary K. Hubbard.
Right.
Yeah, that's not.
So no, I might be mistaken because Chaotic was talking with somebody who's with a bunch of people and Flo was up there as well. Hold on, I have to go back and look. I have to go back and look. I definitely saw CT.
Okay, I'm kind of lost here. Is this Gematria shit some kind of religion?
Almost.
I would say it's more of a cult.
Okay.
It's basically numerology.
Yeah. So CT was up there. If you're looking at the Raging Tomato, go back to literally to debate Gematria. He's up there. Yeah, I knew I heard him. Yeah, he's up there.
What time stamp?
Let's see, when he first gets on, that's when they open panel, because originally it's the debate between Zachary and Andrew. When she opens the panel, it starts around the 3rd hour mark. So if you go right to the 3rd hour mark, you'll see it open. Because Grid is up there, Flo is up there. There's a couple of people, few people actually. It's almost a full panel.
What's up, Simon?
How you doing? What's going on? Man? Good people.
Same old stuff, different day.
Damn, that was a 9-hour,
I was,
45-minute stream.
Yeah, almost 10 hours.
You've been looking at what Trump's plans for Gaza is. You've been looking at that shit.
Can you say again? Speak up a little bit, pretty please.
Like Trump's plans for Gaza. You see that shit? Like he's trying to make that.
What, he's going to turn it into the Riviera? Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, I mean, he
Really?
he stepped in and is just like, yo, I mean, I think it's kind of interesting because at least he's trying to, like, his whole thing is like to stop war, right? Because he thinks it's best for business. But that I don't know if they're buying it or not. I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, but I think Trump only stepped in to make the people in the area take the job on themselves.
Yeah.
He says, if you guys don't do something about this, I'm going. And I'm going to do it my way.
This idea that stopping war is good for business, that's not true, at least not based on our economy, nor China's, nor Russia's. War is actually very profitable.
Don't you find it interesting though, like that as soon as he stepped in, they stopped that shit? Like every time, I'm not political like any sense, but I'm just saying, like every time the Democrats get into place, Israel and Palestine are going out.
Flavor of the week. It literally is flavor of the week. That place has been a hot pot since, as best as I can tell, since the 1970s, when we used to have our airlines hijacked all the damn time.
They've been fighting each other for over 5,000 years. You think we're going to stop them now?
Yeah, we're not.
This is the thing. This is like he's actually stepped in and gone. And I'm not. I'm kind of apolitical, but the fact that he actually stepped in and said, "Look, maybe we need to do something."
Every U.S. president we've ever had has always had some type of stance when it came to Israel.
Yep.
Every U.S.
But
this is it's not new. I guess.
No, it ain't new. But what he did is new. Like he stepped in and it's like, "Yo."
No, we've literally had presidents over here. No, we've literally had presidents actually threaten almost everybody in the region. Like, just literally pick up the phone and say, "Look, you're going to stop playing this fucking game, or we're just going to end up fucking blowing everything up."
We're going to
this is a thing, especially like as a father, like growing up and just seeing this shit over and over again. It's like, what are you going to get your shit straight? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck is going on over there? Like, why are you at loggerheads all the time? It's too much. Like,
they hate each other. They hate each other, and that's what it all boils down to.
Mm-hmm. But see, a lot of people don't remember, like back in the 60s and early 70s, Beirut was a paradise on the Mediterranean.
Oh, yeah. Iran? Oh, fucking yeah.
Iran was a paradise back in the day.
Then all of a sudden, the Ayatollah got in power, and that shit changed real quick.
Mm-hmm. They took over all the American oil companies' equipment over there, claimed it as their own, and that's how all that started. See, most people don't look back at the history of those areas before they heard about them the first time. Yeah. Like, why does everybody hate the Palestinians? Why will nobody let Palestinians in their country?
Yeah.
There's a very good reason for it.
There's a really good reason why all the opium comes out of Afghanistan, and it's our fucking fault.
That's a really good point, actually. I didn't even think about that. Because you don't get many Palestinians.
Read a little bit of history of Afghanistan.
You don't really get a lot of Palestinian refugees. Like, they don't really want to come out of their country, but we keep complaining about immigration and shit. And
because nobody will take them.
That's interesting.
Oh God, the PLO! I forgot all about them. In Lebanon was fucking hilarious. They were going around door to door and extorting basically all of the residents, saying, "Give us money, give us your spare money, so we can free Palestine." Thing. I was
and they were doing that. They were doing that in Egypt. They were doing it in Jordan. Yeah. They were killing people. They tried to overtake the Jordanian government. That's why nobody wants them in their country.
It's been this way for, as best as I can tell, definitely the 70s, right? I imagine way before then too, right? But for us,
thousands of years, not just the
nobody
70s,
wants them.
Thousands of years.
Well, for the 70s, for us, it was because that was kind of when all of our airlines started getting hijacked, right? Like, this is literally what killed American travel. This is the reason why we don't travel so much anymore. Was actually from all
remember the gas shortage we had back in the 70s? Oh, I wonder why that happened.
Yeah. There's always kind of some shit going on.
Yeah, I mean,
we're just so used to the shit going on right now. We don't ever remember who was the first one to start it, right? But we always remember shit going on. That's why every time something pops off in the Middle East, we don't mostly care.
No. The last time I got into a discussion about Iran with somebody, they never knew that they took 200 American embassy workers hostage.
Oh, that was
a year. For more than a year.
Yeah, that was that was fucking that was hilarious. We got fucked up and we still haven't gotten our revenge back for that yet.
And the day before Ronald Reagan became president,
they released what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah, they fucked harder over.
It was a backdoor deal to get Reagan elected.
Yeah.
It was. I lived through it. I watched it happen.
No, I think they
No.
knew Reagan was gonna would act like when Carter would not.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Something about them. They hated Carter for some weird reason. They just hated that motherfucker.
Carter was weak. Carter was weak.
No, I mean Iran. Iran intentionally wouldn't have anything to do with Carter.
Well,
It's just like the king of Saudi Arabia wouldn't call Joe Biden back.
Why? I wouldn't blame him either.
But he'll call Trump.
Well, I mean, Trump will walk with him hand in hand through whatever garden, just like Bush the second did.
I would call Joe Biden back myself.
But yeah, people forget. Okay, after those hostages got released and Reagan got elected, there was this thing called the Iran-Contra deal.
Oh, God.
That Reagan did. Yeah. I mean, he was the greatest president we've ever... No, he wasn't. He was as dirty as every other one.
Oh, he was worse than Bill Clinton for gun rights.
Yeah.
He was the one that ended your ability to own an affordable machine gun. which was completely legal at the time.
I'm not gonna lie. Looking at 308 rounds right now, man, them things are expensive. There's no such thing as
the gun itself is the ammo that's expensive. Yeah.
It depends when you bought your 308 round, sir. I bought mine.
Oh yeah, like 30 years ago. Yeah, it was affordable. Now, fuck no.
You said 30 years ago.
That's why I switched. Well, I would say that's why I switched from 308 because to me, 308 that just destroy your shoulder. I can't understand why World War II. I never could understand why World War II weapon.
Y'all know how we do it, man. Hey, we had a great episode tonight, man. We almost at the 3-hour mark. We're about to go and get ready to shut it down. Russell, you got anything coming up for him tomorrow, bro?
Tomorrow, yeah, we'll have an episode tomorrow, and then something later for this week as well. That's about it, though. I'm not really gonna divulge anything else in case things change.
Yeah, that's what's up. Well, you already know the porch game is gonna be on tomorrow, so y'all make sure y'all slide through. Make sure y'all check out my boy Resla. Make sure you go check out at the time too. You know what I'm saying? If you can't catch both of them, watch them on the replay. Just make sure you show the love. You know what I'm saying? You know we're gonna be doing on the porch with the Blacks Thursday and Friday with LA over there on the locker room. Saturday with me. And I'm pretty sure Rest is going to be popping up another show. So y'all just make sure y'all keep an eye on the community tab and keep an eye on us because we always going to bring you that good entertainment. Anything you want to tell them before we get up out of here?
No, we're good. We're good.
I appreciate everybody, man, and we're out.
Rolling through the bluff, trolling through the blockchain, slinging heavy clout, spitting on the mic. What's the latest? What's about? Politicians tripping headlines, flipping out in the heart of the South, where the whispers turn to shouts. Meetings in the shadows, hustlers making plans, deals going down, gripping tight, shaking hands. City buzzing loud, news dap in demand. Dirty South vibe, deep roots, dirty land. Drop by, chopping up, news flying in the wind. Talk about the biz, who's winning, who will spin. Crime on the rise, truth over till the sin. Dirty South, living thick skin. Rappers on the come up, topics in their rhymes. Truth spilling raw, cutting through the grime. Events popping off, party scenes in their prime. Southern nights wild, about to lose track of time. Headlines breaking, cities heart be racing. Discussions, heavy heads nodding syncopation. From the bodega gossip to the mayor's dictation. Southside stories, raw truth, no hesitation. Drop by, chopping up, news flying in the wind. Talk about the biz, who's winning, who will spin. Crime on the rise, truth over till the sin. Dirty South, living thick skin. Drop by, chopping up, news flying in the wind. Talk about the biz, who's winning, who will spin. Crime on the rise, truth over till the sin. Dirty South, living thick skin. Drop by, chopping up, news flying in the wind. Talk about the biz, who's winning, who will spin. Crime on the rise, truth over till the sin. Dirty South, living thick skin. Dirty South, living thick skin. Dirty South, living thick skin. Rappers on the come up, topics in their rhymes. Truth spilling raw, cutting through the grime. Events popping off, party scenes in their prime. Southern nights wild, about to lose track of time. Headlines breaking, cities heartbeat racing. Discussions, heavy heads nodding syncopation. From the bodega gossip to the mayor's dictation. Southside stories, raw truth, no hesitation. Drop by, chop it up, news flying in the wind. Talk about the biz, who's winning, who will spin. Crime on the rise, truth over till it's thin. Dirty South, living thick skin, thick skin. Drop by, chop it up, news flying in the wind. Talk about the biz, who's winning, who will spin. Crime on the rise, truth over till it's